Hello and welcome to the Sports Corner YouTube channel for the Europa League live watch-alongs for the quarter-final second leg. It's a goal show today, boys. I'm joined by everybody. Everyone's in the little cameras beneath where I am. I'm getting ready to pull them in for their games. We are covering a special game tonight. I am going to pull Josh in first just for this, just so we can talk about the mighty Millers and the mighty Rotherham who we are covering tonight, Josh.
We are indeed. I mean, we're about, I think, literally about 2 seconds away from the ref blowing. In fact, he's just blown it now for half time. But special game to cover, 0-0 half time. Not bad, but no doubt if we get a goal today, there'll be some celebrations going on. Yeah,
and hopefully, for your sake, Rotherham can win. Now, we'll bring you in just about 2 minutes' time because your game's not till the end on the graphic that I've made. So, but yeah, first up, I've not even removed you. Get out of here, Josh. First up, Kieran, you watched a very interesting tie last time out. A brilliant goal from Ibanez. AS Roma versus Ajax, which is poised at 2-1 at the moment.
Yeah, it's brewing quite nicely, and it should be an interesting second leg. Roma surprised me by getting the victory against Ajax at the Johan Cruyff Arena, but see if they can finish the job at home. Would you like me to go through the lineups, or would you like to?
Of course.
Oh, thank you very much. Paul Lopez is in goal. It's a back three of Mancini, Cristante and Ibanez. No changes there. Bruno Perez is suspended, so Rick Karsdorp comes in at right wing back. Spinazzola also injured. Calafiori comes in. If you don't remember him, he's the one who got the ball thrown at him by the ball boy last week. If you saw that, so he's in today from the start. Vertu and Diawara are the midfield two. Mkhitaryan in for Pedro, and Pellegrini and Dzeko make up the rest of a 3-4-2-1 for Roma. And for Ajax, the return of Martin Stecklenburg. His knee problems are all over. I don't know if he's had his medicine this week or not, but he's back in goal. It's a back four of Tagliafico, Martinez and Timber like last week. Wrench suspended, similar to Perez. So Kleiber comes in. Midfield three, typical. Gravenberch, Edson Alvarez, and man of the tournament for me, Davy Klaassen. And then your front three of Anthony, Neres and Dusan Tadic. No real shockers from either side, KD.
No, but like I said, very evenly poised at the moment. I know Roma have got that away goal, but you've got probably the best tie of the night, I'm not going to lie. Prediction?
I'd like to hope so. I think Ajax are going to win on the night. Will it be enough? Do you know what? I'll go 2-1 Ajax. The only tie to go to extra time. There you go.
And of course, we love a penalty shootout on the Sports Corner channel, but unfortunately, we've only had the pleasure of getting, I think, one in all the games we've covered that could potentially go up penalty shootouts. So thank you very much for that, Kieran. I hope we bring you back for a plethora of chances. But next, it's time to move on. Sorry, I cut you off there. What were you saying?
Oh, I just said thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, we'll bring in the main man, Rowan.
Hello.
Rowan, now, you were absolutely buzzing last week. Slavia Prague versus Arsenal. Managed to eke out a 1-1 draw with a last-minute equaliser from Lucas Holesh. But tonight, are you feeling positive?
Yeah, you know what? We're at home, which is always positive, but Saka's playing and Saka caused them so many problems. Last week, Seema is on the bench as well. So it's going to be a tough game for us. Do you want to run through the teams?
Yeah, go for it, Paul.
It's Kolar in net, and then it's Bar, Holesh, Zima and Borrell. And then it's Sevcic, Stančić, Hormuda, Provod and Olejinka, the boy. And then it's Jan Kutkov, also said Abdallah Seema sitting on the bench today. The manager said it was between him and Olejinka who would be starting due to both them having injuries. Techo, Seema, Steshko, Dawley, Traore, Mazrapush, Kovar, Lingard and Sinske are on the bench. And as for Arsenal, it is Leno Chambers holding Mari Xhaka at left back, Thomas Ceballos, Pepe, Saka, Smith Rowe, and Lacazette up front. On the benches, Bellerin, Gabriel, Willian, Cedric Suarez, Nelson El Nene, Nketiah, Ryan Martinelli, Balogun, Hilson, and Aziz. Got a strong side. Saka scares me. He just caused so many problems against Jan Borrell last week, and it's exactly the same situation, but at least they're at home advantage.
Yeah, and no Aubameyang at all for Arsenal.
Yeah, big miss, but to be honest, he didn't do much in that first time. And in fairness, so didn't Lacazette, but Nick Pepe actually getting the start today, I think. Probably just deserve it. When he came on, he was energetic and feisty, and that's what Arsenal are going to need. Obviously, that away goal was huge from Slavia. All Arsenal need is that one goal. That one goal, I think, will calm the nerves. But if Slavia can get a good early start, we could be into a dream time.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to ask you for a prediction for this game right now. I know you're going to go for Slavia to win. So what are we saying tonight?
1-0 Slavia Prague. I think it's going to be really boring. I think they will just sit back. I hope they don't, but I think it'd be 1-0 Slavia Prague. I've got to back the boys. A 0-0 would be fine. I'll go 1-0 Slavia.
Well, I hope for your sake that Slavia Prague do get through, and for my sake that Slavia Prague do get through. We're going to bring Josh back in now, because he is covering the tie of the night, wasn't it, that Steve McManaman called it?
Yeah, I think yesterday on the Liverpool game, he was asked basically what he thought the game of the night was going to be, and I think I'm pretty sure he said it was going to be Villarreal Zagreb. But look, I think Villarreal are only 1-0 up. Zagreb, we saw them last time against Spurs. They brought it back in quite surprising fashion. You know, Lightning is going to have to strike twice, but when you look at this Villarreal team, I think they are up there as potentially one of the favourites to win the tournament. And as you can see on the screen tonight, 4-3-3 for Villarreal. Rulli's in goal, back four of Alfonso Pedraza, Pau Torres, Raul Albiol, and Juan Foyth, who has been playing as right back for a lot of the season. Played really good, actually, in the last game against Zagreb. Midfield three of Manu Trigueros, Etienne Capoue, and Dani Parejo. And then up top, Chukwueze is on the right, Paco Alcacer on the left. And the man who's been on incredible form this season in the Europa League. I don't know if he's the top scorer or not, but I think he'll be up there. It's Gerard Moreno. As for Dinamo Zagreb tonight, they're going with a 4-2-3-1 in their game. Livakovic is in goal. You've got a back four of Gavardiol, Theopile Catherine, Lauritsen, and you've got Stefan Ristovski. Two defensive midfielders. You've got Jakic and Ademi. You've got on the right-hand side, Ivanisevic. You've got Lovramaya in the midfield with Orsic on the left-hand side. Of course, the hero last time against Spurs. And then up top, you've got Bruno Petkovic. Can they do it, Kieran? I know it's not your game, but do you think they can do it?
It's a weird one for the Dynamo Zagreb, isn't it? Because, of course, we saw him do that massive comeback against Tottenham in the last round. It's just all on Orsic, isn't it? Because I remember covering both the games last week, and they didn't really have many clear-cut chances, to be fair. A few decent saves by Rulli here and there, but I mean, I'm not so confident because I backed Villarreal all the way from the start. So I'm not so sure. But if I'm going to ask you for your prediction, what are you thinking for tonight?
I mean, I think Villarreal, if you compare them to Spurs, they're so much more organised at the back. There is a sense of a system that you know how Villarreal are going to work. I'm going to go 4-1 Villarreal. I think tonight they're going to blow the doors off Dinamo Zagreb, put in a really good performance, and you know they'll come out of this game, I'm guessing by my prediction, being the one team with quite a very big extensive result compared to the rest of them. So I'm going to go 4-1 tonight. Not a good night for Zagreb.
Well, I mean, good night for you in the goals, and hopefully we can have Rowan
hopefully
get the win as well. Thank you very much for that, Josh. Yep, thank you very much, mate. And for the final match of the night, lads, I mean, it's probably all over, I'm not going to lie, but Man United facing off against Granada at Old Trafford. Now, not many changes from the lineup that we used at the weekend, to be fair. The changes forced through suspension, so we've got David De Gea in there. Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe comes in for Harry Maguire, suspended. Victor Lindelof and Alex Telles comes in. Luke Shaw is suspended. Then I'm thinking it's probably a free in midfield of Matic, Fred and Fernandes, with Pogba playing off the left-hand side, Greenwood off the right and Cavani down the middle. But for Granada as well, just give me a second, their team consists of Silva in net, Fulquia at right back, who came on as a sub in the last leg, Vallejo and Sanchez at centre-half, Never at left-back, Gonalons and Angel Montero in the middle, behind Yangel Herrera, flanked by Machis, who's actually starting this week, didn't start last week, and Kennedy on the right. And then that man, Soldado, is up front. And I know how much everyone wants Soldado to score tonight. I can see Josh pumping his fist. I can see Kieran giving it some as well, because everyone wants Soldado to score, because everyone loves Soldado. But these games should be getting underway. Is anyone having a minute of silence? I'm not quite sure, to be fair. But these games should be getting underway any time now. We'll read the comments just before. We'll get the Granada squad off the screen first. We'll get back to the thumbnail. There we go. Get back to the thumbnail. All the games should be about to kick off in around about 2 minutes or so. There are a few players for Granada on yellow cards as well. If they go through, of course, they'll be suspended. That's the goalkeeper who's still the Fulquia and Machis. But we'll read the comments. while we wait for these games to kick off. So I've got Kyle saying, hey guys, how are we all doing? I feel like everyone's in a decent mood tonight. Everyone's looking forward to watch some football. Josh is loving it. If Rotherham can win, he'll be loving it. Then Daz is in the building as well. He's put his prediction. He said Ajax 2-1, Sparta 2-0, 2-0 United, and 2-0 to Villarreal. Then Katie, did you see what Ollie's excuse was why Man United's home form is so poor? It's because of the colour red. It sounds like Ollie Goodar Solskjaer, to be fair. Would have loved Diallo to play. Daz wanted Van der Beek to play also. Yeah, it would have been nice to see the likes of Donny van der Beek and Diallo play, but I feel like it's only 2-0, and without Harry Maguire at the back, I feel like that he definitely went with his best squad to try and go through on the night and score the most goals. And Van der Beek and Diallo are not in the greatest form, and they've not got the confidence, to be fair. So he's gone with Greenwood, and he's gone with Fernandes again because he probably wants to see the tie off. But yeah, we are finally underway, guys. In the cameras down below, give me a thumbs up if you're underway. I've got 3 thumbs up. That's what we wanted. But interestingly enough, I didn't actually know Sparta Prague were playing tonight. Who are they playing against? I'm having a joke. It's obviously Slavia Prague. But yeah, we'll be whacking the boys in whenever there's a chance. Hopefully, I'm not sat here for 25 minutes on my own every week like Josh is when we do the goal shows. We'll whack that up on the screen. The ticker's on the bottom, as you can see, ticking along. And Rotherham are on the end just for Josh. So hopefully we get some early chances because I'm going to have to babble on for minutes on minutes end until the boys eventually have some chances. Or I have some chances myself because, I'm hoping for some goals. I'm hoping we can see it off. But we have given away a free kick early on in the 52nd second. Twanzebe hands all over the back of Roberto Soldado. Easy free kick to give for the referee. And I don't actually know who the referee is tonight. I don't even know where to check. Can I check on Google? Does it tell me the referee? It doesn't. It doesn't tell me the referee. So I can't actually check that. Kieran, I hope all these games are good. For the boys' sake, I hope they're all good as well. I hope we have a lot of goals tonight. I hope we have an interesting goal show. But as that ball comes in, it's cleared away by Lindelof, and Fernandes takes it down. And Man United have got a counter-attack already. Greenwood, though, takes it backwards, slows the game down a little bit, getting the foot on the ball. He's harassed by 4 Granada players who've won the ball well, and it's actually Yangel Herrera who gets away. Comes to Machis. It's Kennedy, actually. It is Kennedy. Good tackle by Fred. Good strength by Kennedy. Still got the ball. Rabona cross. Didn't really need to put the Rabona cross in. It's headed away. And Fernandes and Matic can actually clear it away. But, you can definitely tell that Kennedy's Brazilian, going for the Rabona cross in the first minute of the game. No need to do it at all. He could have easily put the ball across the box with relative ease. Decides to go for the Rabona for God knows what reason and ends up giving the ball away. But yeah, Granada definitely been on top in the first 2 minutes of the games. I don't really think there's been any other goals anywhere else besides the games that we're covering tonight. I don't really think there's that many games on. There's probably the Saudi League on. Shall I get the Saudi League results up? Here's Machis on the ball. Gives the ball away. Cavani now. Bruno Fernandes. Greenwood. Again, United playing it around the back. Playing it a little bit slow, of course. They do have that 2-goal lead to sit on. I'm not expecting many goals tonight. I didn't even give a prediction for my game. I just realised. I'm going to say 2-0 to Man United. Exactly the same as the first leg. Just see them off with relative ease. Don't give stupid possession away, and don't concede first. Because if we concede first, I can see the runny bums will start, and everyone will just start shitting themselves, me included. I will shit myself if we concede first. But we have got a midfield too of Fred and Matic, so there's not much movement in that midfield. There's Pogba on the left wing, played fantastically well against Spurs at the weekend. Matic to Bruno Fernandes. Little flick around the corner to Telles, and Fulquia, the former Watford man, actually had to clear that away and give the throw into United in an advanced area on the left-hand side. So, yeah, decent start to this game. It's been very fast-paced. It's nice ball in by Fred to Pogba. Good control by Pogba. Here's Fernandes outside the box. Wan-Bissaka was making the run, and Fernandes takes sort of like a weird shot that the keeper comes out and smothers. It was definitely going wide, but the keeper just comes out and smothers the ball to stop it from going out from a goal kick. So, yeah, an indifferent start, I'd say, to this match. It's been very fast-paced when both teams are going forward, of course. When both teams are going with the defenders, there's no real urgency. But as soon as it gets to that midfield, it's like, bang, everyone's on it, especially for Man United. But Granada coming forward with Machis left-hand side. He's got behind Wan-Bissaka, plays a ball across the face of the box. It's not a good ball in, and Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka can clear it away between them. And now United, like I said, it's been a good start to this game. Cavani, there's a man over in Greenwood. It's a good pass from Cavani. Actually, it wasn't really that good of a pass from Cavani. He just needed to lay it into Greenwood's path instead, but a little bit too in front of him direct, and ended up giving the ball straight to the goalkeeper. But if that was more precise, I think he might have been a yard or two offside as well. If that was more precise, that pass, I think that might have been 1-0 Man United and potentially tie over. But a good start from the Red Devils in the first 4.5 minutes of the game. We've had no chances in the other games, so I can imagine how those games are going. There's Matic, though. Good pass out to Tellez, who's getting another start today to Fernandes, and now Matic again. Centre of the park. United playing positively, started well. Of course, they've got Anthony Elanga on the bench, Manchester United as well. The youngster who just signed a professional contract about a month and a half ago. Looks really promising. Swedish international. Looks very, very promising. I mean, I can't wait to see him play. And if the game is done and dusted, I feel like we probably will see him tonight. I hope anyway. Rotherham just kicked off for the second half, apparently. So, Josh, I'm bringing you in.
Oh, let me just mute the sound of that. There you go. We don't want no copyright strikes.
I brought you in for the second half for Rotherham, of course. It's 0-0.
Yep.
You said to me before the game, you think 2-1 Millers. Are you still confident? Oh, what a goal! Sorry, it's 1-0.
Go for it.
It's Edison Cavani, and it's a long ball into the box. It's a header on by Pogba, and on the volley, Edison Cavani sticks it in the back of the net. But more importantly, Josh, Rotherham.
Yeah, first 45 minutes, not the greatest 45 in the world. Really sloppy. First kind of 30 minutes, not really much going on in the game. And I was thinking, I think a couple of massive saves for our goalkeeper Johansson to keep us in the game. So maybe 2-1 might be a bit of a stretch. But the first half of the game, which we played against QPR last time, was 0-0 at half time. And then we went on to win it 2-1. So bit of optimism, but even better for you, optimism as a Man U fan, because you're pretty much through now.
Yeah, that should be probably tie over. Thank you very much for that, Josh. I hope that Rotherham can get the win for you, and I hope to be bringing you in for a Rotherham goal at some point, and you can go absolutely crazy like you did last time.
I will do.
Thank you very much. But yeah, lads, Man United take the lead on the night, and as Kyle said, brilliant team goal out by United. Hopefully can sit back and relax without worry. I mean, there's no chance that we are conceding 3 at Old Trafford, touch wood. And losing this game 3-1, because that would be an absolute calamity. Chris is in the building, says, hi lads, hope you're well. I feel like we're all well, Chris, mate. I hope you're well as well after that poor performance from Liverpool last night. Kovac is the ref. Thank you very much for that, Daz, sorry. Thank you very much for that. But, I mean, I can see Kieran typing. Kieran, I'm going to stop you typing. What's happened?
I will turn down the volume so we don't get a copyright strike. It's an offside goal by Jordan Vertu. It was a lovely play on the left by Calafiori. He drilled it into the path of Dzeko on the edge of the box. It was one touch round the defender, and Vertu slotted past Stecklenburg, but Vertu didn't quite time his run to perfection. All the defenders stepped out at the right time, and he was caught offside. But to be fair, Roma have looked dangerous on the counter. There was one from a corner earlier. I didn't come to you. It wasn't big enough of a chance, but they were through from a corner, and it was 2 passes. And they were through on goal with no defenders back. I worry for Ajax getting caught on the counter-attack. Should have been the first goal, but it's offside, and Ajax live another day.
And who started the better of these two sides, of course? You said Roma living on the counter a little bit in the opening 7 or 8 minutes or so. Do you think Ajax have been on top?
I think it's been a very even game. To be honest, very cagey. Both have had the moments. Ajax had some nice build-up down the left, tried to drill it into the box to Anthony, but it wasn't quite good enough. But neither team having the best of it within the 10 minutes, apart from that one offside goal. But no real threat from either side just yet.
Thank you very much, Kieran. We hope to get some goals in that game for you, because it sounds like it's going the exact same way that it went last time. A little bit of back and forth between those two sides. Eventually, Roma did come out the lead, and we had a very good second half in that game as well, with Ibanez scoring that beauty late on. But yeah, Man United do have the lead, and Granada, as Kieran were talking there, had some decent chances there. Of course, they had a header which just like edged past the post, the far post. David De Gea just didn't bother going for the ball. Header just trickled wide, and I was like, that was close to going in. And then they just had a shot with Yankel Herrera, which just flew over the crossbar. But I mean, better signs from the away side, of course. We now need 3 goals against a very, very good Manchester United defence in the Europa League, especially this season. They've not really conceded that many goals. I mean, they didn't concede any against Sociedad. They conceded 1 against AC Milan. And they've conceded none so far against Granada in the 99 minutes of football played against them. Chris did say, any 3-1 predictions, KD? I don't think anybody went for 3-1. I said 2-0 for my game. And it's 1-0 to Man United already. So, I mean, I'm halfway there to my prediction, but, you know, there's still 80 minutes plus added time left. And then Kieran, Arsenal play tomorrow as well as against Everton. Do they? Do Arsenal play tomorrow against Everton? No, they don't. They can't play 2 days in a row. They don't play tomorrow against Everton. There's no way Arsenal play tomorrow against Everton. They play Tottenham. They play Tottenham tomorrow. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's in the box. Good tackle by Lindelof. I don't care who United get when they get through. We should beat them, either of them, and make the final. At the moment, it's looking like it's going to be Roma. If scores do stay the same, it will be Roma we face in the semi-finals. But yeah, I'm the only one with a goal so far, and I'm the one hosting the bloody show. So, and Arsenal play Fulham on Sunday. I've been informed by my colleagues. So thank you very much for that. I don't know where you've got that from, Daz, because it's Tottenham who play Everton tomorrow. Maybe you were thinking of one of the London clubs in the league. It's not in the league. It's Tottenham and Everton in the league tomorrow. Arsenal don't play till Sunday against Fulham. So ball into the box at the back stick, though. Good catch by De Gea. He's harassed by a German who actually knocks the ball into the back of the net, but it has been given as a foul. I mean, he just bumps into De Gea and he drops the ball in the net. I mean, it was a definite foul by the Granada centre-half. There's Matic, though. Sorry, I was late playing a bit of Carlisle career mode. Oh, Chris, how's your career mode going, lad? Who have you signed? Let us know who you've signed and where you are in the league in the chat. I mean, the most interesting thing that's going on right now is literally that Man United are passing it around the back, and nobody else has had a chance bar Kieran. So you can tell exactly how these games are going, which is exactly how they went for Josh last time, I'm pretty sure, in that sort of sense. But that's a foul by German. Or I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Is it German? Is it German? On Cavani anyway. It's a ball out to Alex Telles now on the left-hand side. Sideways FC are back because we've gone sideways to Matic. There we go. Backwards FC. Backwards all the way to David De Gea. And like Kyle said earlier, I feel like United are just settling into a pattern and just playing it comfortably now. They don't need to go out and score goals. They're sat on a 3-0 lead with needing 3 away goals. And here's Pogba now. Tries the ball over to Mason Greenwood, but couldn't actually get there. I feel like I can... Yeah, Kieran's typing. Right, Kieran, I'm bringing you in. Make sure you're on mute. Hello.
I'm on mute. Don't worry about it. I muted it the moment the chance happened. And it was, again, you'll remember me last week how both teams were kind of the architects of their own downfall. Again, Paul Lopez, short pass to his centre-back, and he gives it to Anthony instead. Anthony then is one-on-one with the keeper, comes out and he squares it to Klaassen, my player of the knockout stages. He goes for a shot on goal and it's blocked before it can reach over the goal line. It should have been 1-1 in this game, really, if you class the offside goal. It's been a very entertaining start, I've got to admit.
Sounds like a very decent game, and hopefully we can get a goal soon for you. That sounds like a right game, that. And as predicted beforehand, I did feel like it'd be a good game, probably the best of the night. But I'm sat here with a goal, and I mean, it's not been the most entertaining game, but at least I've got a goal. Chris has said, my 4th season in charge, debut season in the Premier Ultimate difficulty. Haven't signed anyone, just signed players on permanent that have been here since League 2 and playing youth flags from Carlisle too. Right, well, that's a poor pass from, I think, Pogba in midfield. And here's Machis out wide to Kennedy. Is the Rabona cross going to return? It's not. This time he's going to have to go backwards. No Rabona crosses around here, lad. Oh, we've had a goal. Rowan.
Yeah, it's been a goal, and unfortunately, it's not for the side that I wanted to score. It was for Arsenal, but I'll be honest, I completely did miss it because the game has been absolutely dross, but it was Saka outside the box, takes a lovely shot. Collard does all he can and punches it onto the post, and then literally straight from the rebound, Emil Smith-Rowe pokes it in. Collard's a good first save, but he can only put it into the post, and Barley's played him onside, and it's a goal for Arsenal. More importantly, it's an away goal for Arsenal. I think referees, they're waiting. It's being checked. Let me move that a second. They're still checking it, so maybe it isn't as simple as it might seem. I'm not going to say it was a lucky goal for Emil Smith-Rowe. Kolar makes a nice save, but can only put it to the post, and Emil Smith-Rowe, right place, right time.
That kind of just
Really
takes the wind out of the sails of Slavia Prague a little bit. That away goal that they fought so hard to get, of course, has just been kind of washed over now. If this goal
straight
stands
away as well. Oh, I think it's going to be a lot closer than I think initially everyone thought. I think Ba is playing him on side, but we'll wait and see what happens here. It's very interesting.
Well, we'll keep you in anyway, just in case, because there's literally nothing else going on, and I just feel like I want someone to talk to at this point. How's your game been overall, though? How's your game going? I'll ask you.
Oh, it's awful, mate. It's been quite boring, to be honest. I mean, Slavia haven't done anything. Arsenal have done this now. The thing is, I sort of want the goals to not to be given, but if it's given, I hope it sort of kicks Slavia up the arse and just says, fucking go. But this is a long VAR check. It's a very long check. Still checking it. It must be close, but we're not seeing it. That's the thing.
Yeah, of course. There needs to be some sort of communication to tell the fans.
I don't think it's been given. It's no goal. It's for offside. It's not been given. I heard a loud cheer. I think Slavia have got partial crowds, or they've allowed the entire staff to come watch the game. But it's not been given. Still 0-0 here in Prague.
And just put that into context for us, Rowan, because you said to me that you thought Bar was playing him on side. How close was it? Is it get the lines out close, or is it have a look close?
I don't know. Did he show it?
Right.
No, Jane,
well,
on the replays, when you see Smith-Rowe turning away to celebrate, Bar is ahead of him, but I don't know if he's run on late. But we got showed nothing. We got on our. I don't know whether this was BT or them, or the game not showing it, but we didn't see, and so it's now 0-0, and it seems like it seems like a partial decision. You heard that both commentators sigh heavy. So I don't know whether they've seen something we haven't seen, but it might just give Arsenal that momentum to go forward.
How is that a yellow card for Pogba? Sorry. Thank you for that, Rowan. I hope there's a goal for the other side of the game, but Paul Pogba's just been yellow carded for. He had 3 or 4 Granada players around him. He's holding them off. He's been yellow carded for a hand to the face of German or German. I don't know what he's called, but it's never a yellow card. He's holding him off. Imagine there's someone behind me. I'm holding him off like this. And Pogba's been yellow carded for that. It was never a yellow card. Rowan?
We've had the goal. Arsenal have scored. And literally 30 seconds from that, Arsenal win it back, and it's Emil Smith-Rowe just dances around. It's a good block in the middle, I think, by Hormoda. Then Emil Smith-Rowe actually nutmegs Hormoda, then plays through to, I don't know who it was. I think is it Pepe, and then but Emil Smith-Rowe then nutmegs Ba, plays it through to it is Nick Pepe, who's dancing in the box. He's still dancing and puts it past Andre Kolar. And Arsenal do finally get given the goal. It's a great goal. It's going to be checked again. It's going to be. The check is over. It is a goal. We're not waiting ages.
Well, I should have just kept the banner as it was, because Arsenal did eventually score about 30 seconds after the VAR disallowed their goal, but Arsenal do have the lead on the night. It's a disappointing one as well. It's a disappointing one as well, isn't it, for Slavia Prague, because now they have to come out and score at least one.
Yeah, they have to get one, I suppose, but it was just, I think they sort of thank the lucky stars that they didn't concede then, and then they literally conceded straight away. So, shame, but they'll move. We'll try the best.
Thank you very much for that, Rowan. So, Nick Pepe's got 2-2 in the Europa League against Slavia Prague. I mean, maybe the teams in the Czech League need to sign him so they can score against him every week. But in this game, I mean, Man United have kind of just been on top a little bit. Apparently, we've got a penalty. Rowan, what is happening?
Penalty to Arsenal. I don't want to say it's all going downhill for Slavia right now. Hormoda has run into the back of, I think it might be, see who it was. It was Saka. Foolish. Absolutely stupid there from Hormoda. He just goes into the back of Saka. The ball falls to Pepe. He probably could have shot and put it in. Instead, the referee blows and gives a penalty for Arsenal. It's stupid from Hormoda. It's going to be a yellow card as well. So stupid from him. Just I can't believe Leipzig against Dresden. Now Slavia have to come out and win 3-2.
Yeah, this could kill the tie off massively. Yeah, could massively kill the tie off for this. If this goes and it's 2-0, it's 3-1 on aggregate. Like you said, Slavia would need 3 on the night to score, to 3 to go through. Sorry, on the night. Without Arsenal scoring anymore, it is probably when it rains it pours, and at the moment it is pouring on Slavia Prague.
It is, and it's 2-0. Good finish from that. It sends Kolar wrong way. And Slavia are being embarrassed here right now, as it stands.
On a night where it was all, it looked like it was definitely in Slavia's favour with the away goal, but they've not started off well.
Arsenal have looked good. They've looked good.
Unfortunately, Rowan, Slavia Prague need 3. Hopefully we can get the 3 goals, because how entertaining would that be? A good chance there. There's a good chance there. I think it was Kennedy. Sorry, Rowan. Go on, what were you saying?
I'm saying I'll be buzzing off my tits if we come back.
Well, fingers crossed we can get that. But yeah, good transfer for Granada there. And Chris Welch has summed it up perfectly. All falling apart now for Slavia Prague. I mean, it's not a good way to go out, is it? I mean, after playing so well against all these sides, they've kind of crumbled in the first 20 minutes of the game against Arsenal. In Prague as well, where they've been so solid, of course. But, still a long way in that game. 70 minutes. If they can get one before half-time, of course, Arsenal are probably the biggest bottle jobs in the Premier League. So fingers crossed for Prague and for Rowan, because we know we love Slavia. But yeah, that Lacazette penalty's got to it's got to kickstart something, like Rowan said about the first goal. I mean, it kickstarted the downfall, if anything. But we do have a substitute early on, Kieran. I'm going to guess this is injury. I'm going to bring you in for a second just to talk about this.
Yeah, it looks like an injury to me. To me, it looks like probably a muscle injury. I don't think it's a tactical change. It looked like Kleiber, who had had a decent night so far with his overlapping runs, just seems to be strolling off a little bit gingerly. And it's one of them, it's not a contact injury. It looks like it's going to be a muscle, maybe a pull or a tear or something like that. But he strolled off, and Schürrle has replaced him. A really early sub for Ajax, as we're only about 25 minutes in, a bit just before that.
I don't think Schürrle is an actual out-and-out right-back, is he? He's more of a centre-half type player, so...
Yeah, but I think they're just kind of filling it up, because obviously Wrench is out with suspension. So I think that at the moment they may be trying to put square pegs in round holes at Ajax, and that's not what you want to be doing in a European quarterfinal. But it gives them something a little bit different, because I know Jurriën Timber's a very versatile player, so maybe they switch him out to the right. Or they're all young players; they'll just play where you ask them to. Oh yeah, no, Timber's gone out to right back. It is what I thought. Yeah, Timber's gone out to right back.
Yeah, and when I brought you in earlier, you said no real team had taken the game by the scruff of the neck. It was very even. Is it still like that?
Yeah, I still believe so. I think Roma, in terms of chances on goal, haven't had many. They've looked more dangerous when they're on the counter-attack, whereas Ajax, for all their possession and all the kind of attacking players on show, haven't created anything of real magnitude apart from the one chance I mentioned earlier. They've had moments where I've been on the edge of my seat, but nothing clear-cut.
Well, thank you very much for that, Kieran. Hopefully, we can get some goals for you soon, and hopefully it's one for Ajax, because that would make the tie very interesting. Thank you very much. Just had a decent little move from Man United down the left-hand side with Fred and Tellez and Pogba were involved as well. Ball into the box, Cavani adjudged to be fouled. Someone, and there's a goal. Rowan, is it going from bad to worse?
It's going from shit to shitter. By the way, Arsenal, genuinely a foul note, and this time it's Saka. Just dances. He's just dancing outside the box. Chambers does really well, tapping past Borrell, and then Saka cuts just onto the outside the box, past I think it was Zima, and puts it to the bottom left. Kolar's not even diving, and it's 3-0 to Arsenal, and they are comfortably running away with this game.
I mean, you've got to watch another 60 odd minutes of this, Rowan. It could get even worse.
I think it could get a lot worse. I really do. I mean, if we get a comeback now, Jesus Christ, different colours on, different paint on these walls. Wait and see that.
The walls are white anyway. What do you mean?
I said we're going to have a rebrand. We'll have to go to the red and white colours because if Slavia win.
Right. Well, thank you very much. I'll get you off because you're probably sick of watching that game. And again, going to bring this comment back up. All falling apart for Slavia Prague. And I mean, like I said, when it rains, it does unfortunately pour, and it is absolutely pissing it down on Slavia Prague right now and Arsenal. Free-flowing best. They've hit a little bit of form as of late, and at the wrong time for Slavia Prague at their expense. And it's 4-1 to Arsenal on aggregate, and they need 4 now, Slavia Prague, in 65 minutes, something like that. It's a massive ask, and it'd be a massive ask for any team to score 4 goals in almost a half and another half of football, a half of one half, and then 45 minutes of another. It's a massive ask for Slavia Prague. But Josh, we're finally going to bring Josh in because there has been a chance. I feel like I haven't seen you all night, Josh. Who's the chance to?
It's been a quiet one. It's been a big chance for Villarreal. I mean, at the end of the day, this game only been 1-0. It is on a knife's edge. Zagreb only need one to take this extra time to win it. There's not been many chances in the game. And in fact, I believe every chance that's been taken so far has been on target. But it was a corner for Villarreal just a few moments ago that was whipped in. Samuel Chukwueze in acres of space. In fact, I'm going to stop for a second because they are through on goal now. Chukwueze, doesn't come to anything. But Chukwueze, ball is lofted towards him. He hits it on the volley, and it just clips the outside of the post and ricochets out. And that's probably the best chance that we've had of the night so far. But I think Zagreb, first 25 minutes, are probably playing the same way what they did against Spurs. Soak up the pressure, hit on the break, and hope that somebody like Orsic or Petkovic can put the ball in the back of the net. But look, lots of time to go in this game. 1 goal is all they need. As this game goes on, I think it's going to get more nervy if there's no goal soon.
Yeah, has there been any real signs of encouragement for Dynamo Zagreb? Of course, he said they're trying to get the ball to those strikers who actually didn't play last week in Petkovic. Didn't get off the pitch.
There was a moment of positivity and a chance for Orsic on the left wing. It was a ball played in from Ivanisevic on the right wing just a moment ago. And look, Villarreal, I said that they're a very well-organised side defensively, but there have just been little moments in the game where they've been trying to get the ball into Petkovic and Orsic. It was a really good ball in from Ivanisevic. And look, Orsic, he's desperately trying to do something similar to what Chukwueze did a moment ago and hit it on the volley, and he just doesn't get the connection right. But I think it is a case here for Villarreal. If they don't get something soon, Zagreb are going to start to put more and more pressure on, and it just might make this game a little bit more exciting. Yeah,
and just a quick one on Rotherham, of course, probably halfway through the second half now, I'm guessing.
We're about 20 minutes in. So far, Rotherham, actually look at the stats, I think they've scored double the amount of goals in the second half of a match than they have in the first. And they've come out firing all cylinders right now. There's been 1 or 2 little chances for Coventry. I think Godden had an opportunity, but Victor Johansson in that first half was fantastic. He's been brilliant in the last 20 minutes, and very similar to this game. I think Rotherham Coventry needs a goal soon just to liven it up.
Well, hopefully we can get those goals to liven those games up, Josh, but thank you very much. I'm going to bring Rowan in because you did say there was a chance, Rowan. Who's it to?
Yeah, a couple of minutes ago it was ball played in behind Emil Smith-Rowe. Just narrowly misses it. It actually will start off as a Slavia attack. Bar does really well. Taps it past Granit Xhaka. Xhaka then pulls his shirt and his arm. Bar goes down. The referee gives nothing. On the counter-attack, 4v3, switched across to Saka. And then to Callum Chambers, who tries to play a ball, and it was well blocked, but I think it was Jan Borrell. But put a shaky refereeing decision there as Xhaka does have hands all over Bar. Bar goes down, nothing given then. If Arsenal scored from that attack, either VAR would check or I think Slavia would have felt like that goal has been robbed from him. But again, it's been on all Arsenal this game.
Which is unfortunate. Slavia Prague need a goal. Thank you very much, Ron. Slavia Prague need a goal soon. Like I said before half-time, if they're going to have any sort of chance. I mean, they are 3-0 down inside probably about half an hour of the game that's gone. I'm only in the 28th minute. I imagine the boys are around the same mark. But we do have a comment from Kieran which says, "Nah, Bar's shit, Xhaka's better." Rowan's not reacting to that. I don't think he's impressed. I can see Kieran pumping his fist, but you know, Xhaka's just Xhaka, isn't he? He's a big shithouse. He's obviously playing left back tonight. Man United have not really had any chances. I'd love to tell you about something that's happened in this game, but since it's gone in, the goal, there's been fuck all that's gone on. To be fair, but Man United, I think they've got a dangerous No, the ref just played on. I thought it was going to be a free kick in a dangerous position. Is it? Oh no, he's offside. Right. Well, the referee did the old hand gesture to give the free kick, then just decided not to. I mean, it wasn't a foul anyway, to be fair, on Greenwood, but I think it was Never. Yeah, Greenwood's back up on his feet. Like I said, I'd love to tell you something that's happened in this match. There's just been fuck all that's happened. I mean, Man United have had 67% possession. You can imagine how the game's playing out. Man United passing it back to front. I mean, trying to make something, but like we said earlier, me and Kyle, we don't need to go out there and go all guns blazing, because we're sat on a 3-goal lead. We're comfortable. Ride the game out. Try and just see the game through with 11 men on the pitch, because there's been a few naughty challenges from both sides. I'm not going to lie. A few yellow cards have been flying out. Soldado did get a yellow card earlier. Pogba's got a yellow card. Fernandes has given the ball away there. But Josh has told me that some bad news.
It's a goal for Coventry. It's 1-0, and I've got to say it is a really well-taken goal from a man in this match that has not been marked very well enough. It's Leo Ostigard. Free kick just outside of the box. I think it was Wes Harding that gave it away, and it was a spot-on decision from the referee. Didn't get any of the ball. It's flicked into the box. And as I said, time and time again in this match, Leo Ostigard has not been marked. And again, the Millers, they let him off the hook. And when you let him off the hook, of course, they're going to put the ball in the back of the net. And he has done indeed. And the Norwegian makes it 1-0 to Coventry. The Millers have got some work to do.
Now, I know it was like we were talking before the game. It's not a must-win.
No.
It's definitely not a must-lose. And unfortunately now, it's a massive task for Rotherham.
Yeah, I mean, 20 minutes left. Still plenty of time in this match to get something, but I would expect Coventry at this stage probably to now shut up shop, look for fouls, waste time, and you can't blame them. You know, they are down there in a championship scrap with ourselves, but at the end of the day, after coming off the back of a big 3-1 win against QPR, the last thing you want to do is then go into this next game and lose. But 20 minutes left, still time maybe to get that to 1-1 or win it.
You did say to me 2-1 prediction to the Millers, and it could still come
I did. You never know.
Left. Like you said, thank you very much, Josh. Unfortunately, commiserations with Coventry scoring, but there's actually been an early change for Granada, and Maxime Gonalons has come off the pitch crying, with tears. I'm not sure if he's crying or he's just. I'm not sure if he's crying because he's hurt or he's just crying because he's sad. Either or, he's come off, and Jorge Molina's come on, so they are going for it now. Granada, 2 strikers up front, Soldado and Molina, probably gone to the 4-4-2. Absolute Brexit football from the Spanish side. You'd have thought Sean Dyche was managing him. And here he is, Molina, the first time he's got on the ball, and he plays a decent pass through to Soldado, deflection on it. Soldado tries to return it to Molina, but Wan-Bissaka's just going to allow that to roll and pick up the ball for the possession. And Axel Tuanzebe is starting tonight for the first time in a while. He's been pretty solid, to be fair. I do like Axel Tuanzebe. I think he'll be an absolute beast of a centre half in the future. Well, I hope anyway for Man United's sake, because he's just got the build, he's got the speed that a brilliant centre half needs, and of course, centre half position these days is halfly based on pace. That's a good tackle by Cavani though to win the ball back, and United are on the counter now with Pogba to Fernandes. Still Fernandes on the ball, back to Pogba in the midfield. Is Fred now. Back out to Fernandes wide. Only Cavani in the box. Does go wide to Greenwood. Back to Wan-Bissaka. And Chris said Manchester United were already through. Anyway, didn't need to do that. I'm not good around people who cry, to be honest. Neither am I. Oh, Jesus Christ. That would have been an absolute worldie of a goal from Bruno Fernandes. It's whipped into the box and he hits it on the volley, like spinning away from the goal. And that would have been a beauty of a strike. Just flies over the crossbar by a few inches, though. That would have been a wonder strike from Bruno Fernandes. One of the only players on the pitch who can pull something like that out, and he's going for that every day of the week. You know exactly the type of player he is. You just thought, that would have been a beautiful goal, but unfortunately for him and for me, it's flown over the crossbar. And like I said, lads, this game's been pretty dross. Nothing really to report or tell you about the game. I mean, Granada's black away kit looks very nice. I'm not going to lie. That is a lovely kit. Here come Granada though with Machis outside the penalty area. Gets tackled by Wan-Bissaka. Loose ball runs to Greenwood. who uses his pace to get away from one man, and then good recovery by Carlos Neva there, though. And it's come to the midfield, and it's whacked out wide to Fulquia, who takes a decent touch and whips a good ball in, and Molina turns in the box, and good foot there by Nemanja Matic to poke it back to David De Gea and clear it. Man United lost it again, though. It's Pogba, who takes his man down, wins the ball. Wonderful work by Paul Pogba, gets away from Fulquia as well. Oh, lovely skip away. And Paul Pogba looks in the form of, it would go and give the ball away, wouldn't it, there? Man United are coming forward again with Greenwood. Good tackle by Jesus Vallejo. And Josh has said offside goal, you think, Josh? What game is this in?
Yeah, this is the Villarreal game. Big chance for them. Chukwueze has been an absolute animal so far in this game. Really, really hard to defend against. And it's just one ball, I think, from Danny Parejo. Splits the Zagreb defence wide open. And it is being checked by VAR. But from what I saw, it's a very, very marginal decision. It's one of those where I think the lines will come out. But Parejo's ball into Chukwueze, it splits the Zagreb defence open. And he's able to just cross the ball into the box, into Paco Alcacer, who, striker's instinct is inside the box and puts the ball into the back of the net. But they are just checking this to see if this is going to count as a goal or not. Now, based on what we've seen before, many times the Premier League with marginal decisions, they tend to be given as offside. Now, looking at that, I think, from what I can see, he just looks on. But to be honest with you, they're also checking to see whether Palka Alcacer is off, which in that respect, I think it will be disallowed. But the referee has given it. He's given it as a goal, and it will stand. So Villarreal have the goal. Paco Alcacer has put the ball under his shirt and does the celebration that he has been doing for quite a while. And now the Spanish side find themselves with a 2-0 lead. And some work to do now for Zagreb.
Do you think that's tie over now?
I mean, to get 2 back for Zagreb is tough, but I think we all sat there and said when Spurs got 3 goals in their game that that one was done and dusted. So I guess with a little bit of hope, never say never.
We finally got another goal on the night. Thank you very much, Josh. Hopefully, Rotherham can get their equaliser quite soon. But you've had 2 goals. I mean, we did have a chance. Rowan, just give me 1 second because United were attacking the box. Cavani did have it. But I'll bring Rowan in now. Rowan, how's it hanging? Who was that chance for?
It was for Slavia. It's sort of the first opportunity of the game. It was Provod who plays the long ball over the top. Olayinka does well to get into it, back onto the end of it, backheels it to Alexander Bah, who's running very from deep, gets to it, and just hits on half volley, just puts it over the crossbar. But Slavia are getting into the game now. I just feel like if they can get a goal before half-time, there's a chance. But Arsenal have sat back now, and they got 3 goals within 20 minutes. It was all they needed to do, and now, they just sat back and they'll try to ride out this game. But the first opportunity for Slavia is what they needed to try and get a bit of momentum going. Yeah,
that's exactly what they need. Thank you very much, Ron. But yeah, Slavia Prague definitely needed a goal early in the second half. Carl said United are awful. We could be 5-0 from first leg, but I still want them to play the best. I don't think we've been awful. I think we've been all right, to be fair. I mean, Granada in the Europa League have been hard to play against. Like we said last week, me and Kieran, we were saying that in the league they've been one of the worst defences. In the Europa League, they've been one of the best, which is just a contrast in its own. But I mean, like we said, we don't need to go out and overextend the players. Of course, these are the players that play week in, week out. I mean, just because your players that you want to play out playing doesn't mean that we're playing awful. Speaking of, that's a beautiful pass from Greenwood to Cavani. Lives it off for Fernandez, who shoots, and it goes a little bit far wide. I'm not going to lie, it's a long way wide by Bruno Fernandes. And like I said, United are playing some decent stuff on the counter attack. We're coming forward. We're linking up with the front three, and Fernandes he's been playing quite well so far. Mason Greenwood looks sharp as hell as well. I mean, that goal and that assist that he got on Sunday looks to have improved his confidence so much. In the last couple of weeks, he's been fantastic. I mean, that goal against Brighton as well, his first header that he'd ever scored for Man United. The goal against Tottenham as well was good. That's a trademark Greenwood goal, that. And the cross for Cavani first time was absolutely stupendous. So, I mean, getting him back on form is important because we're kind of starved for attacking options other than the front three, of course, with Martial being out till the end of the season. So our front three literally probably is going to be Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani till the end of the year. Obviously, Diallo's not been bedded into the squad yet. Dan James is injured, but it's Dan James. And apart from that, we've got no real other attackers apart from El Margo. I was waiting to see Josh's reaction at the bottom. El Mago, who I don't know why he just doesn't seem to get picked. I mean, I'm going to stop because Granada are coming forward, but that cross is abysmal, and it cannons off the foot of Fred and goes out of play for a throw-in. Dazza said, Kieran, what do you think of them having fans for both FA Cup semi-finals? I didn't even know they had fans for both the semi-finals. I had no idea. No, but it's nice to get the fans back. Of course, we did have the April 12th lockdown restrictions eased, of course, which is good. It brought a lot of happiness in it around the world, and like everyone was loving it. It was sunny as well, which was rare. It was brilliant, wasn't it? Everyone was loving it. Of course, the pubs and the beer gardens are open. Everyone's positive and loving life, of course. But like me and Kieran were saying it the other day, we're now coming to. We can see the end of this lockdown, and we can see the end of this period in time, which has not been that good. So we can see the end of it now. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. Back to the football, though. That's what we're here for. We're here for the football. We're here for the football. It's Matic outside the box. Lovely 1-2 with Pogba. Fantastic touch from Pogba, just straight into the Granada player, and he gives it away. 2,000 Manchester City fans didn't know they had that many. That is true. They don't have that many. As Soldado tries a crossfield ball to Fulquia. What a pass that is. From the halfway line to Manchester United's penalty box. Soldado whacking it. Honestly, get him at centre mid next to Montero in midfield. He would smash it. Man United playing out from the back, though, with Tellez, who's, not going to lie, he's not had the best game so far. In for Luke Shaw, who's injured. And Cavani's gone down holding his back after a challenge with the centre-half, German. But, yeah, it's a naughty challenge. And Josh has said, we've got a goal, Josh!
And the floodgates have opened. It's 2-0 to Villarreal. And it's a goal this time from Gerard Moreno, the man who, as I said before, is on fire, not just in the Liga, in Europa League. I'm very surprised he's still at Villarreal because I think he could go to one of the top clubs in Europe. But it's, again, a ball onto the right wing. Who's there? Raul Albiol, of all people, is on the right wing. He just flicks a little... low-driven cross into the box. It deflects from one of the Zagreb players into probably the one man on the pitch you don't want it to deflect to. That's Gerard Moreno. He's pretty much in the middle of the D, takes one touch, and then bends it into the top right-hand corner. And, you know, you asked me about 2 minutes ago, is this game done and dusted? Yeah, I think he's done and dusted now. Zagreb need 3, and it's 2-0 Villarreal.
Yeah, it might be a massive task for Zagreb to come in, to come back from that, but Gerard Moreno, I watched him in the games against Salzburg. He's just class, isn't he?
He's incredible. I think I don't think it'll be long before one of the big European clubs maybe comes calling for him. Consistent is the best thing I'd say.
Loves a penalty as well. Absolutely,
he does.
A penalty. Thank you very much, Josh. Though the floodgates have opened for both your games. You've had 3 goals. Absolute goal hog, you. But 2-0 to Villarreal on the night. That tie looks dead and buried. My tie's dead and buried pretty much. I mean, Rowan, I'm going to say this, mate. Your tie's dead and buried. The only one in the balance at the moment probably is Roma Ajax. And we haven't heard from Kieran in a while. So I'm going to bring you in, Kieran, just to talk about the game. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Hello, Kieran.
Hiya, mate. You're all right.
How's the game going, though? Of course, I've asked you twice now. Is it still an even affair?
It's fell very flat, if I'm being 100% honest. In terms of, goal mouth action, we are extremely lacking, to be honest with you. It is exactly what it's been for 44 minutes. It's been Ajax in possession of the ball, not really creating too much with it. Roma trying to counter, not really achieving it because Ajax aren't giving the ball away because they're not creating anything. This is going to end 0-0 at half-time, I'm pretty sure. And they're going to need something a little bit different in the second half because Ajax need 2 goals minimum tonight. And they're yet to pick up 1.
Well, it'd be a good second half if there were 2 goals.
Yeah, this first half has been, apart from them early chances, which I thought had set a nice tempo for the game, we have absolutely flatlined over here, to be honest with you.
I mean, yeah, I can see the exact way the game's going. Of course, it's going kind of similar to how it went last week. Thank you very much, Kieran, by the way, for that. I just thought I'd bring him in because I hadn't heard from him in a while, and he probably sat there bored off his tits. So bring the boys in. We'll bring them in at half-time to talk about the games. I'm about a minute away plus added time. I mean, I'm pretty sure Rowan won't want to talk about his game because Slavia Prague are getting absolutely pumped by Arsenal at the moment. Had no goals for 25 minutes though. I mean, in that game, Rowan, it's been fantastic. Slavia Prague keeping a clean sheet for 25 minutes. Pogba though tries the ball onto Tellez. Good defending by Fulquia. And imagine you telling Fulquia about a year and a half ago whenever he was at Watford that in 2 years' time you'd be playing in a quarter-final against Manchester United in the Europa League. Man United got a chance there. Fernandes tries chipping one over. It's a poor choice of pass. I don't really know why Greenwood laid it back to him because Pogba was in on the left-hand side. He cuts back inside Pogba and then plays the ball to Fernandes. And Greenwood's in. He should have just taken the ball in his stride. I say he's a poor chance, and we should probably be 2-0 up in this game. I mean, Fernandes isn't happy. I mean, the game's over now. So I'd probably say rest the big lads. But Josh says it's half-time in the Villarreal game. I don't know how much added time. My game's got 1 minute of added time. So when all the games are added time, we'll go around the grounds. We'll see what the story is, of course. And then we'll have a little chat for half-time. But we've got about 50 seconds or so left in this tie. And Man United, as expected, have kind of just controlled the game, controlled the pace. And, I mean, they should have more goals. But, I mean, I'm fairly confident that in the second half we'll score again. And we'll take this game to Granada in the second leg. The quality will overcome, like it already is in the first half. I feel like it's been quite a straightforward night for Man United at the moment, to be fair, because there's been no real threat from Granada. I mean, they need 3 goals in the second half, which is a massive task for them. Kyle's made a good point. I'd take Pogba off at half-time. Red card worry. Also Rashford and Bruno. Rashford's not playing. I'd definitely take Bruno off, though. For either Van der Beek or Mata. I was waiting to see if Josh had a right smile, but we are at half-time. It is 1-0 to Manchester United at half-time. I think everyone is at half-time but bar Rowan at the moment, so let me whack that up. Half-time it is half-time. It's half-time. Half-time 1-0. Half-time 2-0 Villarreal Zagreb. Half-time 0-0 Roma Ajax. And then I can only imagine that in a few moments' time, Rowan will be telling me that it's half-time 3-0 to Arsenal, which is not what you want to see. Rowan, I'll come to you last, just so you have the so you have the honour of telling me about how Slavia have been shit. But yeah, quite a straightforward half for Man United. It was straightforward from the off, to be fair. Not many chances from Granada. They've not really threatened at all. But we are at half-time in all the games. So we'll go to Josh first. We'll bring Josh in first for Villarreal versus Dynamo Zagreb. Josh, we said it was going to be a massive task for Dynamo Zagreb, even at 1-0. It's 2-0 to Villarreal, 3-0 on aggregate. Sum up that first half for us.
Yeah, it was one of those games where, look, I think at the beginning, a lot of people, we expected Villarreal to do well in this competition. I think I said at the beginning of the game, they are much more defensively organised than a team like Spurs. We know Unai Emery is pretty much the master of this competition, and he's putting a really good managerial performance in tonight. And of course, as his players are putting in their perfect performance on the pitch, it's been a quality game. If you're a Villarreal fan, very similar to the one that I watched last time. They are completely dominating the game. I think when I'm looking at the stats, they've had, I'd say, around about just under 70% possession. They've had a real good flow in the match, lots of opportunities, and they've taken them. Paco Alcacer, first goal of the night. It was a defence-splitting ball from Parejo into Samuel Chukwueze. He was able to put a low-driven cross into the box. Paco Alcacer's there for the finish. Very simple goal. And then the second one, it was Raul Albiol this time on the right wing, of all people. Wouldn't have thought that. Who just chips a little ball into the box, a slight deflection, guides it into the path of there's a Paco Alcacer there, Gerard Moreno. He puts the ball into the back of the net. And it's 2-0. And it's a shame because I think had this game been 0-0 at half-time, I would have been sat here saying Zagreb are still in this. They only need 1 goal and we could get extra time. But now, this tie is done and dusted, I think. Even if Zagreb get one in the first 5 or 10 minutes, I cannot see them scoring 3 against this Villarreal side. And I'm pretty sure Unai Emery's team are going through to the semi-finals and thoroughly deserved.
And setting up a tie against his former side in Arsenal. That'll be an interesting one to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, with the way that Villarreal have played this competition out, I think they could probably batter Arsenal quite convincingly. I don't think there's been many games this season where they've not kept a clean sheet in this competition. They could be on course to keep 2 back-to-back clean sheets tonight in both games against Zagreb. So I think maybe Unai Emery might be able to get the better of his former side. Who knows? And
that'd be so sweet for Unai Emery. But thank you very much, Josh. Actually, just before you go, Rotherham still getting beat 1-0. How long's left?
We're into the last about 40 seconds. There'll be a few minutes of additional time, but honestly, I'd be very surprised if Rotherham to even have a shot before the end of this game. It has been a really poor performance tonight. And again, in a game which really mattered a lot, they just haven't shown any courage or fight tonight, and it's a shame indeed. It's like Zagreb.
How unfortunate for you, Josh. I hope they get a last-minute equaliser. I hope to see you giving it the limbs. But I do apologise for putting Rotherham on now, because I just feel like a bit of a dick. But we'll go to the next game, and we brought him in towards the end of that first half for AS Roma. Kieran, you've already pretty much summed up what happened in the first half, so I'm going to ask you the exact same question. What happened in that first half?
It's not much by the way of chances, I can tell you that, in terms of, as I repeat, I've looked at some of the stats during halftime just to see if I am telling you the true narrative. Ajax have 74% possession away from home. That tells you all you need to know. And the chances, they've had 2 shots on target. It's just not been a great attacking performance from Ajax. In terms of keeping possession, they've been absolutely fantastic at that. The wingers have tried to create something, and there's been some half chances through Klaas and stuff like that. And as for Roma, the game plan was clear from the get-go. They had a counter-attack in the early moments. Pellegrini looked impressive, as he did last week. But when you're spearheading a counter-attack, unfortunately, Dzeko's tried to knock it past people, but that's just not his game. He's a very good hold-up player, but I don't think Mkhitaryan and Pellegrini have made runs beyond Dzeko enough in the attacking third, because 26% possession and 2 shots on target for Roma as well. It's been not attack versus defence, but, basically one team's had the ball and the other team hasn't. That's pretty much all it's been all half long.
I suppose the only good thing going for Roma is that they don't actually need to score in this game. They just need to stop Ajax from scoring.
This is the thing. Ajax need to score 2. Roma put themselves in a fantastic position in the first leg to do exactly what they're doing now, which is sit tight and see out the game. If they concede 1, it'll be interesting to see if the nerves start creeping in and they get a bit of rash defending. Maybe that's what they're waiting for, the Ajax players. But Roma defensively have not been troubled at all, besides that 1 chance I think I mentioned from Davy Klaassen, which was blocked well by Diawara before it could get over the goal line.
And are you sticking with your prediction that you went for before the match?
Yeah, because I can't bottle it at half time. It's going to finish 2-1 to Ajax, but hopefully all I'm asking in the second half is that there's a few chances in the game, apart from a substitution, which was the most interesting part of that first half after the chances.
I feel for you, mate, because apart from the goal that I've had, it's been pretty much all the same. But thank you very much. We'll bring all the boys in at the end after I've talked about all the games. But we'll go to the game that Rowan was watching. I mean, unfortunately, Rowan, it's 3-0 and it's probably tying game, set and match to Arsenal.
Oh, no, Slavia coming back out there. Yeah. I mean, it's mental to say, since them 3 goals went in, Arsenal have really died off. But
oh no,
I know he's been poor. I think I'm not going to say they played well against Leicester and they played very well against Rangers. And that first leg, they looked like a composed side. And now I do feel, and obviously I'm not thinking they're missing one of their natural leaders, and I'm glad that he's got this ban. But they are genuinely missing Cudella, and I never thought I'd say that for who he was. But they don't. They're using obviously Tomáš Holeš, who played at centre back last leg, and he did an all and good enough job. But Arsenal didn't really test him. It's seemingly, and they've got Zima, who is still how old is he? I think he's still quite young, if I'm right. Yeah, he's 20 years old. This is, I think, his first Europa League. So you can't. They're missing, and that Jan Borrell hasn't stepped up. I know he's a fullback, obviously, and they're missing that natural centre back leader. On the other hand, Arsenal being great. By the way, I did see we finally saw the VAR check. Emile Smith-Rowe's foot. His foot was off. It wasn't even foot, it was half of his foot was offside. Where his laces start, he was offside, but they literally got a goal practically straight away. Emile Smith-Rowe with just some lovely footwork, nutmegs two people, plays it through to Pepe, who does well to find that tight angle, past Andrej Kolar, but Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe have been impeccable tonight, and it's sort of what you want if you're Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal have been poor recently, but your two sort of shining stars of the Caribbean, both guys doing really well.
Yeah. Now, your prediction at the start of the game, you said 1-0 Slavia Prague. Would you like to change it? I'm going to give you the chance to change it.
We'll go 4-3. We'll go 4-3. Why not? You have to have a bit of blind faith.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll keep you in because I'm going to add the other two boys. Now, I have prepared a question at half-time, which I've just deleted the banner for, so I'm now a proper prick. But my question to you guys was, who do you think's been the Europa League player of the tournament so far? Now, me and Josh, we spoke about one player. I know me and Kieran have spoke about another player. So I'm going to go to Rowan first. Who do you think's been the Europa League player of the tournament, Rowan?
Well, I've only watched Slavia. I haven't watched any other games apart from Slavia because I don't care for the Europa. I watch Champions League. God, off the top of my head, no players. I'm going for. I wish I could say Ali Inca. Can you go to Josh and KL first before I can do a bit of research? Because I don't watch anyone apart from Slavia.
Yeah, no worries. I feel like I know exactly who you're going to say, Kieran. So we'll go to you.
Similar to Rowan, the games we watch have been varied, of course, because each week we take a specific game. And we watched a bit of the group stage, and Rangers impressed and other teams impressed. But from specifically what I've witnessed, Davy Klaassen has been the key to everything Ajax has done well. And I think for me, from the games I've witnessed, he has been my player of the tournament. I think he's run the games from midfield. He is a complete different player to the shadow we saw at Everton. Tonight he's been playing up alongside Tadic. He's scored crucial goals along the way. And for me, as again, a bit blinded because I haven't seen every single game, I'd love to go for a Mulder player, but they didn't make it this far. So I'm going to go with Davy Klaassen personally.
I think that's a fantastic shout, though, because as a man who's not even watched, I've only watched the highlights of the Ajax games and stuff. He stands out as that player, and he's really grabbed Ajax by the scruff of the neck, like you said. That the shadow of a man that he was at Everton. Yeah. But Josh, I'm going to go to you next.
By the way, it's just hit full time in the Rotherham game. It is a 1-0 loss for the Millers. So very depressed with that one. We didn't deserve anything in the game. But if I'm going to pick a player out, I'm going to stick with what I said before. For me, it has to be Gerard Moreno. I think he's got 6 goals in the campaign. I would have put, and I think it's a very notable mention, I would have put Yusuf Yazici up there. 7 goals, which is incredible for a player who wasn't in the tournament anymore. I think he has to be up there as a shout. But for me, Gerard Moreno has got so many important goals dotted about this competition for Villarreal to get them through rounds. I mean, tonight, look, I think everybody expected Villarreal to win it, but it was an important goal. It's got a massive goal in the previous game as well. He has been a big-time player, and I think there's a lot more to come from the Spaniard in the future. Whether it's at Villarreal or whether it's at another big club, I don't know, but I'm going to go Gerard Moreno.
Now, myself, I'll do mine before I come to you, Rowan. I was going to say Gerard Moreno, but I feel like it's a bit boring if we pick the same player. So I'm going to say Nicolas Pepe. I think he's really come of age this season for Arsenal, and especially in the knockout stage. He scored some massive goals. The goal against Slavia in the first leg, of course, when Arsenal couldn't break the door down, he was the one who came in and scored, and he scored again tonight. I feel like in the Premier League, it's not really gone right for him. He's had a better season this year than he has last year. But I feel like Nick Pepe has really, really come of age in the Europa League. And I think it could be any of the 3 players that we've said, and there's a whole host more. I think Boya Mayoral is another shout. Yazici, Pizzi played really well when he played for Benfica. Of course, there's a lot of notable players there that could get it. But we'll finally go to Rowan. Go on, Rowan. Who are you thinking?
I was going to say Boya Mayoral. I mean, it's out him and Dzeko up front that he's outscored his teammate Harry Kane. I know Tottenham are out in the Europa League is way lower than Harry Kane should be playing at Champions League level, but he's the top goal scorer still. And I mean, other players have had another round. But I mean, Kieran went Ajax. I'm going to go Nico Stanchu. Bar this game, he's probably the main reason Slavia are in a quarter final. Just key goals, key assists. He's just such a key player for them. And considering he's only been at the club 2 years, he's probably maybe their best player they've got. And obviously Pierre Olinka. I mean, there's no one else better, but yeah, Nico Stanchu as well.
Yeah, I think Stanchu's had a really good tournament, to be fair. Like you said, probably the main reason why Slavia Prague are as far as they were, because I feel like even you didn't expect Slavia Prague to get this far.
I thought they were going out at Leicester. I thought they had a chance to beat Rangers, and in that first leg, I thought Arsenal were going to beat them. I think the reality check has finally set in for Slavia. The dream sort of is over. I mean, we've still got another 45 minutes, and you've got Abdallah on the bench who came good for them in the group stage. So, who knows? Can't rule it out yet.
Good enough to get 4 off the bench, you saying?
I don't think 4 off the bench, but definitely try and make a positive impact. You've got to have a bit of faith. It's 4 goals. It's not going to happen, but if there's a man who can maybe get a goal back to the side, it's Abdallah.
Oh, I love this. The name of this guy, Man United for life. Isn't it good to see Liverpool crumble this season? Yeah, I watched that game yesterday where me and Rowan covered the Champions League games yesterday, and that was such a boring game of football to watch. Reese said, all the lads in the building. We're all here tonight. We're all excited to watch the football. Oh, we were excited before we got some pretty dross first halves and some that we didn't really want, which is that Slavia Prague 0, Arsenal 3 tie. But we are probably just about to get underway for the second half in about 2 or 3 minutes or so. So I'll knock all the boys out of the stream yard. I'm not going to knock you all out. We'll knock you out of the stream yard, and we'll fingers crossed have some more goals in the second half, mainly for Slavia, and hopefully some goals in Kieran's game, so we can have goals in every single game on the night. But yeah, I did see Donny van de Beek warming up at half-time as the boys were talking. I saw him getting ready, and I feel like Paul Pogba's probably going to get withdrawn, and Donny van de Beek will come on, because Paul Pogba got a yellow card in the first half, and he probably was lucky not to get a centre-half. They're lucky I'm not manager Man United for life. Oof. Well, Chris would have had him. But substitute for Ajax as well. We've got Anthony off and Brobby on, which is an early substitution that's come on. Normally Brobby comes on towards the end of the games to sort of see out the tie. But I was exactly right. And honestly, I should be the oracle, because Paul Pogba has come off and Donny van de Beek has come on. And I'm going to make a bold prediction here. Donny van de Beek's going to score for Man United tonight. He's going to bag his second ever goal for Man United. He's come on the pitch, and he's probably going to be playing an advanced role. Maybe he's even playing off the left-hand side. I don't know, but he's going to score tonight, Donny van de Beek. And Alexa sums it up beautifully. Wait, Van de Beek is getting minutes and actually playing football and show off his talent. Game's gone, I tell you. I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous, isn't it, that Donny van de Beek's come onto the football pitch? Because, I mean, you would have forgot he was even a player at that time. But we are back underway. Boys, give me a thumbs up if your games are back underway. Oh, look at that. Oh, everyone's games are underway. We love that. But yeah, Van de Beek has picked it up in the midfield, and here's Fred now, who's been really solid for Man United over the last few weeks. I know he made that mistake against Leicester, but apart from that, he's been one of our best performers again this year. But I still think the midfield's somewhere where we can upgrade, of course. We've got the likes of McTominay and Fred in there at the moment. And I love them both, but there's definitely players we can upgrade those to one. They're good squad players anyway. Here's Alex Telles now to Matic, who's probably coming towards the end of his Man United career. Nemanja Matic, not playing week in, week out. But Chris has said we deserve to be bantered. We can't make any excuses, and I think that's a fair point. 3 changes, don't know yet. I mean, Rowan, is that for Arsenal or Slavia? Slavia. It's for Slavia. I heard you then. That's weird. I could hear you through the door instead of lip reading. But yeah, this half is no changes for Granada. I don't think there's been any changes in the other games, apart from the ones that I've already mentioned about for Ajax and the 3 for Slavia. Don't think there's been any changes in Josh's game. A nice 1-2 down the left-hand side between Fernandes and Telles. And Telles' pass through to Van der Beek's a bit of a poor one. Not having the best game so far, Alex Telles. I mean, he's kind of struggled in his Man United career. So we've had, and this is Rowan's words exactly, right, Bar, Borrell and Hermoda off, and Dawley, Massapust and Linger. Did I butcher any of them names, Rowan? I didn't butcher any of them names. Fantastic. But Man United do have the ball back with Tuanzebe. Cavani's actually at centre-half right now. Go on, Edison, playing at centre-half. Brilliant all around the pitch. And Victor Lindelof's actually swapped his shirt. He had a long sleeve in the first half. He's now come out with short sleeves. And I'm honestly not sure why players do that. Do they just expect it to be a little bit colder than it normally is? I mean, you're going to be running around for 90 minutes, so you should be warm no matter what. Everyone else comes out with the short sleeves on, apart from Greenwood, who's got those sort of skins on underneath. And that's a lovely ball forward, though. Good header away by the Granada defenders. Headed away again. Oh, it's 4, actually, because Stanchi was coming off of Vitinski. But we've had a chance in Josh's game. Josh, who's that chance for?
Oh, it was a big chance. Dynamo Zagreb with a real good opportunity. I mean, if you can get a goal within the first, 5 minutes of the second half, you're starting to maybe think to yourself, we have a little bit of a chance to get back into the game. It was a one-on-one opportunity for Lovramaya, who's got quite a lot of assists this season, being the key player for Dinamo Zagreb, gets himself into a one-on-one opportunity. And then the goalkeeper, John Morelli, does so well. He gets himself nice and open to stop the opportunity for the Croatian. And in the end, he fluffs his lines. And had that goal gone in, would have been a little bit of excitement.
Well, yeah, thank you very much, Josh. But we have had a goal elsewhere. Kieran, I can see you rubbing your hands together. I saw you react. Who's that goal for?
It's a bit of excitement. And we talked during halftime, player of the tournament. Let's talk super sub of the tournament. Brian Brobby has been on the pitch for 2 minutes and he's scored. It's a long ball over the top from Schurz. Brobby brings what Tadic doesn't. He's on the last line of defence. He breaks the last line. He's one-on-one with Lopez. He chips it over him, so nonchalant from the striker. Ajax are going to miss him next season when he goes to Leipzig, but he's doing everything he can to keep him in the tournament. It's 1-0 Ajax, and what a massive goal away from home that is.
Yeah, and hopefully that kickstarts the second half. And as you said, he has to be up there for player of the tournament, and I can say that because he comes off the bench and he finishes the games off, not necessarily scoring the goals, but he scores the goals that finish the game off for his team.
Yeah, I was going to suggest to you in terms of to bring him on because he's just a nuisance when he plays. His pace, his power, his presence alone is just absolutely unbelievable when he's on the pitch. And Roma, I did say, will they get a little bit rash defensively once one goal's conceded? We'll have to see. But Brobby has changed the game within 5 minutes.
Well, we'll have to hope and pray that Ajax can get another one. So we can make it a little bit even more interesting, and Ajax would actually go through on the night. We have had some more comments, though. Chris has said, I'm not making any pathetic excuse for Liverpool this season. Shambolic season, even if we finish top 4 from where we were, it's an embarrassing season. Carlson Twanzebe had a great game against PSG, then dropped out of the team. Give him a run of games, too, to boost his confidence. Good chance there by Greenwood, his confidence, and show what he can do. And yeah, I think that's a good point. But the thing is that Lindelof and Maguire, for all the criticism that they get, have actually been playing very well together recently. But I'm going to come back to Kieran because he said he's got a free edge of the box. Who's it for?
This is for Roma. I'm just waiting to give you a gauge of how far it is, but to me, it just looks on the edge of the 18-yard box. And as I usually don't really come to you for free kicks, but last week, Pellegrini scored from a similar area, assist by the goalkeeper, admittedly, but it looks like he might have another chance to do so. He's standing over it. It's not on the edge of the 18-yard. I'd probably give it about 20, 24. Yeah, that was a bit precise. Should have just said 25.
Your tape measure out.
Yeah, about 23.5 yards out for Pellegrini. He is standing over it, trying to kill time here while the referee sprays the floor. By the way, you don't know your ref, but I do because it's Anthony Taylor from England. So there you go. And as I say, Pellegrini steps over it now. Referee's blown his whistle. Watch this go straight into the wall after the build-up. And he's on the run-up, and he hits it over the wall and over the crossbar. That was not worth it.
What the bloody hell just happened there? Did I just disappear into nothingness there?
You froze. You froze.
My screen just went black for a second. But thank you very much for that, Kieran. Anyway, I'm going to bring Josh in now because you said there was a chance, Josh.
Massive chance. Opportunity in the match overall. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully you guys can hear us because I know what's going on with the connection, but a big opportunity in the game. Mislav Orsic with a real good opportunity just tries to curl one into the top right hand corner and it's a really, really good opportunity. But look, the man who For a moment, I thought was going to go on, and I don't know what's going on here. It's gone mental. The man who I thought was going to go on and get something there just wasn't able to, and in the end, I think StreamYard is dying on us.
I think it's Glide actually. I think Glide is shitting the bed massively. I am back, and I can confirm. But there is on my screen there was 3 of me, and I don't know why there was 3 of me.
There's a chance here. Sorry, chance here for Villarreal to kill the game off. Paco Alcacer tries to play Gerard Moreno. Good defending at the back from Zagreb to clear their lines, and hopefully everyone can hear us again.
Honestly, I don't actually know what happened. My screen just went black, and I was just like, why is there 3 of me at the bottom of the screen? But thank you very much for covering that, Josh. Anyway,
you're welcome.
Nothing came from that chance.
No, as I said, a really good opportunity. I thought for a second we'd get that Orsic magic again. He just tried to bend it into the bottom right-hand corner, and I think Zagreb here, as I said, get a goal in the next 5 or 10 minutes. It will give a little bit of belief, but it's always going to be tough against Villarreal. Yeah,
2-0 though, like you said, the tie's probably over, but thank you very much for that, Josh, anyway. I don't think we had any other chances that I missed. No, we didn't. But speaking of chances, Granada have got a chance to get back into the game. I'll take this off the screen. And I'll bang this one up because we haven't had it on for a while because fuck all's happened in this game. But it is a chance for Granada, whipping the free kick, and it's a decent delivery. I mean, I said it was a decent delivery. It just goes straight into the hands of David De Gea, who can bowl it out. Manchester United have got a quick counter-attack here with Fernandez. Tries the ball through to Greenwood. It's good defending back there from the Celta Vigo centre-halves. I think, Carlos Neva, who was actually the left-back, who played a good defensive position. He had a good defensive position in there, did the left-back, to stop that ball going through for Greenwood, and who would probably slotted the ball home. But with 37 and a bit minutes plus added time away from Manchester United being in the semi-final against either Roma or Ajax, that goal had massive replications on this match. Here's Matic, though, for Manchester United. To Tellez, back to Lindelof at the back. And there's a massive gap between Lindelof I don't know what's happening here. Glide is massively shit in the bed. Yeah, Glide is massively shit in the bed. I'm gonna add Josh in now. Josh, just give me 2 seconds. I'm going to change my internet connection over.
That's all good. I'll keep everybody up to date with this game. So Villarreal currently 2-0 up in this game as it stands with the rest of the matches. We've got a few other things going on. I don't know whether we've had a goal in one of the other games. There are celebrations. Kieran, who's put the ball in the back of the net?
Unfortunately, my TV's on Glide, so there's actually a VAR check, but it was frozen for a minute. Ajax have scored. It's 2-0, but wow. I think there's a foul in the build-up by Tagliafico, which might rule this out. It was robbed from Mkhitaryan on the edge of the box. I think it's a foul by Tagliafico personally. From that, Brobby shot. It was saved. Tadic slotted home the rebound, but I think that's a foul. It's a free kick. Anthony Taylor points for a free kick. Josh.
Working, Brian. I don't know what's going on with the connection. It's been an absolute nightmare tonight, but big opportunity there for Ajax. And look, they've got the belief now to maybe go on and get something in this game. Do you think they can do it?
Yeah, definitely. The momentum is most surely with the Dutch team. Glide is dropping the bomb on this bloody stream at the moment.
I don't know what is going on, but we will get through it. We've got another half an hour. We might hopefully be able to hold on, fingers crossed. But I mean, fingers crossed for Ajax if they can get something back in this game. Thank you very much, Kieran. We'll bring you back in a little bit if this doesn't go down within the next 10, 15 minutes. Who knows? Because it's me for a second. I don't know what's going on tonight. Everything just seems to be going mental. Wi-Fi issues, and not from us lot. I think it's the service that we're using, which just seems to be going absolutely mental right now. But you've got me for the moment's time. As you can see, the scores: Roma 1-0 up against Ajax. 1-0 down to Ajax as it currently stands. 2-2 in that game. United 1-0 up against Granada. Not much going on in that one. Slavia Prague 3-0 down to Arsenal, and then Villarreal 2-0 up against Dynamo Zagreb. Hopefully, we'll be able to hold on for around an hour.
I'm here now. Glide is massively shit in the bed. If you don't know, our internet company that provides the internet for where we live is called Glide, and they are absolutely awful. Honestly, I even have the Ethernet cable plugged in there, so
we'll never be sponsored by you.
We'll never be sponsored by Glide, but all I can say is thank you very much, Josh, for covering my ass for the.
There's a chance.
5 minutes.
Chance here for Gerard Moreno. Flicks the ball into the box. It's going to come into the path of, I think, Etienne Capoue went for it. Still got the ball here, just dawdling a little bit. Not really got many players around him. And they're just going to pass back. So that chance has gone in the end.
Unfortunate, because we need some more goals. We want some more excitement around. But thank you very much for that, Josh. Anyway, thank you again for covering my ass. But I don't think I missed anything. I saw Kieran say there was an offside goal. I imagine that was disallowed. Was it disallowed, Kieran? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, disallowed. Thank you very much. Well, as I've kicked Josh out, there's been a chance.
Another chance, yeah. Villarreal this time again. Chukwueze, the man who's been brilliant all night long. It's a ball. I think it was played in from Parejo. Again, into Chukwueze. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Just gets it under the legs of Livakovic. And I thought for a second it was going in, but I think Fiapal Catherine was on the line just to be able to clear it away. And it just go out for a corner for Villarreal. But they are knocking on the door for a third one, which would really put a dent in Zagreb's hopes.
Yeah, that would really, really kill off the time. And if it's not already dead, I mean, they'd be shooting a dead body, really, wouldn't they? But thank you very much, Josh, for that. Decent games going on tonight. It looks like for the other boys. Anyway, I mean, my game's been fucking awful. It's been very boring because every time Man United counter-attack, the final ball's been awful, and they're coming forward again with Mason Greenwood, who's blitzed past 2. He's still going. It's poor touch, and Van der Beek shoots, and it just goes inches wide. And the prophecy was almost fulfilled there when I said that he'd score. It was inches away from Donny van der Beek scoring. Mason Greenwood picks the ball up from Wan-Bissaka's brilliant tackle, carries it 40, 50 yards up the pitch. His last touch is poor, and then Van der Beek, he kind of just sits down for it, sits on a spot for him, and allows him to strike it. It's a good strike, to be fair to him. It just goes a few inches wide of the left-hand side post. But a good chance for Man United, and most importantly, a good chance for Van der Beek. But we have had another substitute, and that man, Daniel James, has come onto the pitch. I think Edinson Cavani is going to be withdrawn. So the man who's got the goal on the night for Man United, and a lovely finish it was from Cavani on the volley inside the box. I mean, it's a trademark Cavani finish. It's a lovely finish. A player like that, you know exactly that he's going to be putting chances like that away in the box. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer embraces him, of course. A lot of speculation over his future at Manchester United. He wants to go back to Argentina, as the word in the press, which I think he probably will do. And then Man United will be in search for another striker. Filling his shoes is going to be tough, though, because he's got a lot of important goals this year. And I feel like he's just been a very good buy, to be fair, for free, just for 1 year with an extension. A very good bit of business, to be fair. I know he's coming for high wages, but the goals he's scored have been really important ones. And now Manchester United can come downfield, and is that a handball? Bruno Fernandes is claiming it. It's at the halfway line. We're on the counter-attack. It's going to be out for a throw into Man United. We're going to see the replay of it. Just tries to chip it down. I mean, it's definitely a handball. He's sliding in with his hand up like this. I mean, it's on the halfway line, so it makes no difference whatsoever to the game. But he has been yellow carded as German, the centre-half. And again, I don't know if it's German or German. I'm not honestly sure. But he has been yellow carded. And it is a free kick to Manchester United on the halfway line, which Matic will take. So Man United have got 3 substitutions left. I mean, they've got, let me have a look at the bench. They've got the likes of El Marg on the bench. They've got Rashford on the bench. They've got Diallo, Brandon Williams, William Fish, Anthony Elanga, Shola Retires on the bench as well. There's a lot more people on the bench for Manchester United. And Van der Beek picks the ball up, plays a nice little pass through 2 players. And here's Wan-Bissaka to Daniel James. James inside the box, pulls one across, and it's headed up in the air by Vallejo. Out again. Wan-Bissaka jumps for the ball. Actually loses the ball to Jorge Molina. And a big ball downfield by Carlos Neva is going to be headed away by Tuanzebe. Straight to into trouble, though, as Roberto Soldado does well to swivel and find Jorge Molina. There's a man on his right who's full queer. It's going to come back to... I wonder if I've missed... Oh, I've missed a Granada sub. Soldado's not even on the pitch anymore. They brought Puertas and Luis Suarez on. Not the Luis Suarez, but they brought Luis Suarez on for Kennedy. I have completely missed those substitutions. It must have been when I was sorting the internet out. So there's been nothing on yet. But there has been a sub for Villarreal. Manu Trigueros is off and Moy Gomez has come on in that game for Villarreal, who were 2-0 up and cruising and look to be setting a date with Arsenal in the semi-finals. So far in the other games, we've got Roma, who are 1-0 up. Ajax were 1-0 up against Roma, but Roma will still go through on away goals in that time. Man United are probably already through unless Granada can score 3 inside 28 minutes. Like I said already, Arsenal, they're probably going to be going through unless Slavia Prague pull out an absolute masterclass. And Villarreal 2, Zagreb 0. Zagreb need 3 in the last 25 or 25 plus minutes, something like that. Probably not going to happen. I mean, like I said earlier, all the games are probably done and dusted, bar one, which is the game that Kieran's watching, which has probably been the tie of the round so far, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty sure that there was a late goal that won it last time. Could be late ramifications as well in the second leg for that game. A long ball downfield by Wan-Bissaka. He hacks it clear, looking for Greenwood. Jesus Vallejo heads it straight to Van der Beek, and then his pass forward's a little bit poor, and it goes out back to the Granada players. So we played a cross to Vallejo, who's had a pretty good game, to be fair, Jesus Vallejo. Out to Fulquia again. Good ball into the midfield for Luis Suarez. Back out to Fulquia. Deflection off Matic, goes out for a throw-in. When's the semi-finals, Kieran? I assume they're in like about a couple of weeks. I actually don't. I'm going to check this now. Europa League semi-final dates. They are Thursday. Yeah, 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks today. They are the first legs for the Europa League semi-finals. But we have had a chance, and Josh, I'm bringing you back in again. Villarreal or Dynamo Zagreb this time?
Another big chance for Zagreb this time. And Mislav Orsic again. And look, he could have been the hero for the second time in a row had he have put 2 of these chances away. It was a ball fed in. I think it was from one of the substitutes. There was a substitution for Zagreb, as there's another save here, and it's Villarreal this time. And I think Gerard Moreno should have probably put this game to bed. I'll come to that one in a second, but it was a ball fed in from the Zagreb midfield into Orsic. He's at the left-hand side at the near post. All he's got to do is put it under Rulli's feet, and he's just a really awkward shot. He's always going wide of the mark, and eventually goes out of play for a goal kick. And look, they've put 2 goals in the back of the net. This game could have been completely different within 20 minutes. And then just had a chance a moment ago. Gerard Moreno in the middle of the D once again, like he was before. Took a really powerful effort on, but it was straight at the middle of the goal, and a very simple save for Livakovic. But lots of chances tonight, which is certainly good indeed.
It sounds like Dynamo Zagreb have kind of just sat in their shell all night and not really come out. Villarreal, by far the better side, like you said, could have been 3 or 4, maybe even 5. But thank you very much for that, Josh. We'll bring Rowan in because he said there's been a bit of beef in that game, Rowan.
Yeah,
I
apologise for no camera. Both my devices have run out of thingy. But so there was a counter-attack. Jan Kuczka and Granit Xhaka has done Granit Xhaka, just fouled in. Typical foul. I think he might get carded for it. Olayinka's gone to win the ball back. He's been kicked in the air. He's gone to jump for it. Has flicked out a little bit. Ceballos has gone down screaming in pain. And then Olayinka, Callum Chambers gets carded. Olayinka gets carded. Oscar Dolly, I don't think get carded, but he got caution. Just all the players, not even fisticuffs, just a war of words between this game. These 2 teams who this second half has been lackluster, to say the least. But yeah, just a little bit of beef, a couple of yellow cards in and out. And surprisingly, the man who made the initial foul, Granit Xhaka, I don't think got carded, which is something very strange to say.
It's Xhaka, though, isn't it? He never gets yellow carded. But thank you very much for that, Rowan. Unfortunately, nothing really happening in that game, as Rowan said. But I think that's probably good for Slavia Prague that they haven't conceded anymore. But in the other games, like my game, especially 25 minutes left, just can we have another goal? I mean, it's not been a bad performance from Man United. They've been creating the chances, but again, I mean, we could have probably done more. But like we said in the first half, we didn't need to go out and overextend the players. Of course, these players who are probably going to play against Burnley on Sunday have the chance. Lovely football between Fernandes and Van der Beek there, and the pass from the latter was a little bit too heavy for the former, who couldn't actually get onto the ball. But Tuanzebe heads the ball down, and Molina commits the foul on him. I mean, Luis Suarez and Molina are absolutely furious. The Tuanzebe's gone down there. The manager for Granada's furious. Everyone's furious. It's a tough time because they know they're going out of the Europa League. Touch wood. Unless they score 3 goals in 24 and a half minutes, which is going to be a tough task. I mean, it's going to be a tough task for Zagreb. It's going to be a tough task for Granada. Roma, they're holding on to a single goal lead at the moment, that away goal was absolutely massive for them. If they get another one, you could probably say that's tie over. Although Ajax do still only need one to take that game to extra time if Roma were to equalise. And I probably think that Kieran wants extra time. Am I right in thinking you want extra time, Kieran? Yeah, thumbs up. I'm exactly right thinking he wants extra time. That's going to be a foul on Matic in the middle of the park there. Rowan's disappeared again. But he says Smith wrote off El Nenion and Mancini's got a yellow card suspension. Is that for the next round? I don't know if do they carry over to the next round? I have no idea. But apparently Mancini's got a yellow card suspension in Kieran's game for Roma. So if whoever they play in the next round, if they play Man United in the next round, he's not going to be fit enough for that first. Fit enough? He's not going to be eligible for that first leg. Good pass by Matic down the line. Fernandes got a stretch to keep it in and couldn't actually do it. So that's going to be a goal kick to Granada. They should stick to Granada reports. Should I get this joke? Is this a joke? Should I get that? I have no idea what that means. So Kieran's told me that yes, it means he's suspended for the next leg. So it does carry over on ITV. Josh, what's Granada reports?
Just a TV news show on ITV. It's just called Granada Reports. That's it.
I've never heard of that.
It's a very what's the word?
Niche
joke. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Right. Well, I didn't understand it all. Josh would have probably understood it if he was hosting. He'd probably give you the appreciation you deserve. Thank you very much. He'd probably give you the appreciation you deserve. But I have no idea. I've never seen or heard of Granada Reports. But thank you for that joke. I mean, I'm gonna give you a round of applause for that joke because that's gone straight over my head. But at least Josh understood it. I mean, yeah, 21 minutes left plus added time, probably about 24 or so minutes left in these games. Kieran said kudos on, Alvarez off, and he was saying yes to the joke. I should be able to get it, but I didn't. It went over my head. Of course, Kieran's understood it as well. So still the question of if the yellow cards carry over. Brilliant pass from Fernandes, looking for Dan James, who does actually latch on to the end of it, but he had to run across the face of the box to do so. It's back out to Matic outside the area. Fred, I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do there. He gives a foul away. And Chris Watch says, start watching ITV, KD. I don't really watch TV, to be fair. ITV news is important. I don't really watch TV. I mean, if there's any breaking news, it just comes up on your phone, doesn't it? Rowan, chance.
Lucas Provod is just done something. Slavia, actually, they're not playing bad now. They're enjoying possession of the ball. But Lucas Provod just keeps on running, keeps on running. He has Oleg to his left, don't use him. He said outside the box, he can either play it to the right, I think Fasinski, who's pushed up. He said it goes for just the weakest shot outside the box. And when you're 3-0 down and you're trying to fight a way back in this game, I love an ambitious shot. I do. You've just got to have a dig. But not at this. He had better options. And instead, it's just such a wasteful ball. And I don't see... there was a glimmer of hope before. But it's just such a waste of a ball by Provod.
Well, Ron, I'm going to kick you out. Because more importantly, there's a goal, Kieran.
Yep. Roma have equalised. On the counter-attack, it was a lovely switch of play to Calafiori. And I was saying, I know you can't see me, I'm going, lots of space. And he's going in, he drives into that space. And Timber falls over, insert joke there. And then he goes to square it across the box. It takes a deflection off the foot of Gravenberch, only into the path of the notorious poacher, Edin Dzeko. They have Mayoral and Dzeko firing all cylinders. It's his fourth of the tournament. All he has to do is prod it in at the back post from a deflected cross. And Calafiori did well, but overall, just a goal really against the run of play for Roma. Ajax now need that one goal. The goal remains the same for Ajax, 1, and they get to extra time.
What a good tie that's been, though, between the two sides. Like we said, coming into it, it was always going to be a tough tie for both sides. They're fairly evenly matched. They've been evenly poised for 170 minutes of football. And It looks like potentially might be going to extra time if Ajax can find a winner in the tie.
I think it's what we mentioned when the draw was done. I think you could see differences in quality between the two sides. In this one, I felt like they were neck and neck. and it has been exactly that. It's been a really good, even tie. And it's still not over yet with 17 minutes to go.
And let's hope for an equaliser because we love a bit of extra time. Ajax goal because we love a bit of extra time.
We do, and it'll be there'll be limbs from here because I do love a bit of extra time.
All right, now from limbs from Kieran to limbs from Josh because Bruno Fernandes is coming off and Juan Mata is coming on to replace him. And I can see him pumping the fist. I think it's going to be Juan Mata's first appearance for ages. I mean, he's getting the captain's armband as well, Juan Mata. I think he probably deserves to be captain or given the captain's armband at least once. I'm not quite sure if he's been given it before. Bruno Fernandes has done his job for tonight, of course. 72 minutes he's played tonight. Alex Telles is going to take the free kick. Juan Mata's taking the position at the back post. Can we have a header from Mata to make it 2-0 on the night? The ball is in by Dan James. It's cleared away. Fred goes in for it, gets a foot on it. It's cleared away by the Granada centre-halves. And then a free kick actually given by the referee for a foul on Fred by one of the Granada players. And it's in a dangerous position, this. And this is El Mago territory, Josh. This is El Mago territory. And he could put this over the wall and into the back of the net. And I mean, we'd be loving it if he did. It is a very dangerous tackle. I mean, it's not a foul, to be fair. I did say it was a dangerous tackle. It's not really that bad. But Josh, there's been a goal.
Well. I mean, it's going to be a very big ask indeed, but the Croatian Ronaldo has the ball in the back of the net, and it is now 3-1 on aggregate to Dynamo Zagreb, and it was good work from Ademi, good hold-up play between Ademi, plays the ball into Petkovic, who plays a lovely back heel into Orsic, who makes a marauding run forward. He's in a similar position to the chance I was talking about earlier at the near post, and this time he gets an immaculate bit of curl on the ball. It's right into the bottom right-hand corner of the net. And look, 2 more goals. It is going to be a big ask against Villarreal. But the question is now, with 15 minutes left, I think Zagreb have played very well in the second half. What do Villarreal do? Do they sit back and hope that Zagreb don't come forward? Or do they go out there and get another goal and just make sure that the result is reassured? Who knows? But 15 minutes left could be an interesting end to this one. But
I mean,
you never know.
If they got one in the next couple of minutes, then it could be very interesting, of course. Give it 5 or 10 minutes to push on for the winner. I mean, they're leaving it late again.
Yeah, they've had the chances. Who knows? I mean, Orsic has been the main player in this game. And if he can get one, as you said, in the next 5 or 10 minutes, then who knows? But although saying that, Chukwueze's just hit the post and he's absolutely fuming. Very similar position, actually, to what Orsic had just taken on and scored. Really good ball in. I think it was from Pedraza. He just cuts in towards the left-hand side of the near post, the Nigerian, takes the shot on. And once again, as I think he did earlier, hit the outside of the post and it's gone out. As I think there's going to be a change here for Dinamo Zagreb. And Ivanisevic comes off and Atiemwen comes on. So they are putting on more attackers now. Who knows what's going to happen here?
It wasn't El Mago who took the free kick, unfortunately, with Telles. And then it got given as an offside against someone. So I'm not quite sure how that's happened. But yeah, great games, it looks like, tonight for the boys. I mean, we won't talk about Rowan's games. It's 3-0. My game's been pretty shit. But Roma Ajax looks like it's been a fantastic game. Villarreal Zagreb's shaping up to be a fantastic end to the game. And I mean, it's setting up the semi-finals for these games quite well because we're going to have Man United potentially at this moment against Roma. And then we're going to have Slavia Prague. We're going to have Arsenal versus Villarreal. Unai Emery returning to Arsenal for the semi-finals. And I mean, it's looking like quite a decent end to the Europa League season. I mean, you're going to have Roma, Man United, Arsenal, Villarreal fighting out to be crowned the champions. And for Arsenal, it's probably their best chance of getting into the Champions League as well, because they're not going to get in through the league. It'd be a mighty task for them. Villarreal, of course, it'd be a massive feat for Unai Emery, and he'd get one over on his former team as well. Man United do need a trophy, and for Roma, it's probably their best chance of getting back into the Champions League as well, of course, after a few years without Champions League football. But Granada did make another change. They brought on Victor Diaz. I think he's one of the centre-halves. I'm not going to show. I don't know a lot about him. And someone did say there's been a change. Calafiori, it was, down injured. Looks to be a hamstring. And then Rowan said final sub, Tekel. Is it Tekel, Rowan? Teschel. Teschel on for Kuchka. And I heard a slam, Rowan. What's happened?
The dream's over. The dream is
Is
over.
it 4-0?
Yeah, Lacazette puts it back. I was too busy trying to pronounce. I think it's Techel. I think is how it's pronounced. Lacazette. I was getting too distracted with Techel, and I've just seen Lacazette turn away celebrating. I think he's turned and just swung it in with his left foot. Good celebration from him. Just seeing it was a simple attack, ball into the box. Zima slips over. Still lovely footwork from Lacazette to take it past. I think that's Majapusht and Zima who gets back up to his feet. It's lovely footwork. Great finish on the near post. Kolar probably do a lot better, but 4-0 now. The dream's still on.
Do you think it's tie over?
Oh, do I think it's tie over? Yes, I think it 1,000,000% it's tie over. 1,000,000%. But you know what? You can always hope.
They'll be back next year. They'll be in the Champions League next year.
Champions League. Because they have to go. Martinelli and someone else is coming on.
All right, thank you very much, Rowan. Unfortunate for Slavia Prague tonight that they've been shit and Arsenal have been just better than them. I don't really think many people saw 4-0 to Arsenal coming. I'm not going to lie. Slavia Prague have defended really well in the tournament as a whole, to be fair. They've not conceded that many goals. But Man United do have a counter-attack. It's Daniel James who's offside, of course. This game has developed into pretty much a boring second half of football. Kyle has said, Katie, not 100%, but I think German is pronounced Herman, if you want to know. Well, from now on, I'm going to call him Herman. I'm going to call him Herman from now on. In the last 12 minutes of this game, I'm going to call the centre-half Herman, just because, just for a change. It's probably the most exciting thing going on in this game. The fact that I don't know the centre-half's name for Celta Vigo for Granada. And someone's got a yellow card for Granada. I think it's Montaro who's got the yellow card. Never's also got a yellow card. The yellow cards are flying in this game. Lovely flick by Almago to Van der Beek. Ball across the face of the box. Cut out by Vallejo and it's cleared away by Neva. And headed on a little, nice, lovely header. But that's an awful pass from Jorge Molina, who's been pretty dross since he's come on for Granada. And Man United can come forward with Tellez to Van der Beek. Leaves the ball for Greenwood into the box, away from Fulquire. Puts the ball across. It's not near anyway. It's headed away. Matic now heads it down. Tries to pass it to Daniel James. Cleared away. And with 11 minutes left, there's going to be 2 more substitutions. And Brandon Williams is coming on. And Amad Diallo is also coming on for Manchester United. Grab a goal, lad. Go on. Why the bloody hell not? Kyle has summed it up well. Slavia can be proud of their Europa League journey. No one gave them hope against Leicester or Rangers, but they proved all wrong. Now, Josh did say there was a chance. Josh, was that chance for Zagreb? Could they potentially have got back into the game level?
No, it was for Samuel Chukwueze FC. Another chance for the Nigerian tonight. I don't know how many opportunities he's had, but it feels like a case of a game where he could have had about 100 or 1,000 opportunities and he's not going to score any. It was a ball played in from Gerard Moreno, who's been key tonight in the middle of the pitch as a player holding up the ball and getting it to the 2 wings in Alcacer and Chukwueze. Plays it to the Nigerian. He's at the near post on the right wing, just inside of the box. And he goes to do what Orsic did earlier. Again, tries and kills it into the top left-hand corner. There's a slight deflection off one of the backs of the Zagreb defenders. And Livakovic does very, very well. He just gets his left hand onto the ball and tips it away from goal. And another chance that goes wide for Villarreal as Zagreb, going to bring on 2 more attackers here. 9 minutes left of this game, 2 goals required. Still time to do it.
I was literally about to ask you how long's left. There is time to do it. I mean, it would be a monumental task for Zagreb, but thank you very much, Josh, for that. 2-1 though, with chances flying left, right, and centre. It probably could have and should have been game over. Samuel Chukwueze FC should have had the games. Oh, they've ruined the fun. I can't call German Herman anymore because they're taking him off, and he's being replaced by Noyan Perez. I mean, what are they doing? What's that manager doing? Oh well, Herman's off, and Noyan Perez is on, and Mason Greenwood's coming off. And I think it's Diallo who's coming on. Some more substitutions, though, to confirm those substitutions that Rowan were talking about. Martinelli, Cedric, and Nketiah on for Laka, Saka, and Partey. Idrissi and Traore on. Neres and Schürrle off. Was that Schürrle who came on in the first half as well, who's come off? And it's Wan-Bissaka who's come off for Brandon Williams. They've said Alex Telles has come off, but it's definitely Wan-Bissaka who's gone off, and Alex Telles is definitely still on the pitch. Brandon Williams at right back, Alex Telles at left back, Victor Lindelof and Tuanzebe at centre half. I think Diallo's playing down the middle as a striker, to be honest. So I'm enjoying a little bit of Amad Diallo through the middle. I'm not going to lie. He's got 8 minutes to do what he did against AC Milan and grab a goal. But here is Brandon Williams, feeling like that ball's gone out of play, and that is, I mean, it just sums up why he never starts because it's so poor. The pass to Van der Beek is on, and it's such an easy pass to make, about 2 yards ahead of him, and he just gives the ball away, passes it straight to the Granada player, and it's just, it's poor from Brandon Williams there, who's literally only just come on the pitch as well. Don't want Liverpool playing in this competition next season. Spoil sports. Yeah, they spoiled it, Kyle. They spoiled taking Herman the German off. It's not even the Herman the German. It's just my own Herman the German. And I mean, I can see Rowan bobbing his head. I mean, it's definitely got too much for him as the Slavia game. He's dancing, he's singing away. I mean, fair play to him. I couldn't keep up with it. If my team was getting beat 3-0, 4-0 at home, I wouldn't be giving it the dancing and stuff. But there's 6.5 minutes left plus added time for these games. There's probably only 2 games now in the balance. I mean, I'm going to say 2 games. Give it a little bit of a push for the Villarreal Zagreb game. Decent ball into the back post by Granada. It's headed away and going to go out all the way for a throw-in. But yeah, I'm going to say that the Villarreal Zagreb game's not over because Zagreb need 2 goals. And of course, that Roma Ajax game's set for a nice last 5 or so minutes plus added time. And hopefully Ajax can get a goal so we can have a little bit of extra time. Because we love extra time. We love a penalty shootout on the Sports Corner YouTube channel. But I realise we haven't even played the Watchalong advert once, so I'll play it at the end and I'll talk you through what's happening. I literally not watching the games on TV. Find it boring to watch, but luckily I can watch you lads. Oh, thank you very much, Chris. I mean, you'd much rather watch us react to the games than watch the games themselves because, I mean, the visual orientation that we create is absolutely fantastic. There's nobody else like us that does this. We can paint a picture with our words. I mean, it might be a picture drawn by a 5-year-old or painted by a 5-year-old, but, you know, we do as best. But Granada finally have some sort of attacking threat going forward in the last 5 or so minutes. I mean, they've left it a little bit late because they need 3 goals in 5 minutes, but they have got a corner to try and breach this Manchester United backline, which has been pretty solid all night, to be fair. It's going to be number 19 to take it. I think that's Montoro. Do you know what? I'm going to actually check who that is. Number 19 is, Montoro. See, I'm getting there. I actually didn't know who that was until checking. Does put it's an awful corner. It is such a bad corner. And then he does get past Daniel James, but then wins another corner off Juan Mata, El Mago, who has, I think, touched the ball twice since he's come on. I mean, the end of this game can't come soon enough because it's been a very boring tie to watch. I mean, in the last 3 days, I've watched a 1-0, a 0-0, and a 1-0. But a decent shot from the edge of the area there from, I think it was Victor Diaz came in. It was a rasping effort and a good save by David De Gea, who held the ball well. Hit it into the ground as well, adding a little bit more direct power to the shot. But there's a ball over to Daniel James. Still Daniel James on the left-hand side. Good passing field to Diallo. Tries to backheel it to Van der Beek. And I tell you, that would have been a wet dream of a goal if that had gone in. But Van der Beek left the ball behind. And Kieran said Mkhitaryan's off for Pedro. So another change for Roma in that game. We'll have to see out that 1-1 draw that they've got at the moment to make sure that they'll be in the semi-final of the UEFA Europa League. I have got beef with Arsenal fan channel. Couldn't care less. He started it. Just told him, "Your squirrel, go get nuts from supermarket." Oh, you've done him there. Tell you that you've done him there. Josh has said free kick. He thinks. Josh, what are you talking about?
There's calls here for a Zagreb penalty. Now, I don't think it is. I think it's a free kick. The referee was pretty adamant, and he's given a free kick. It's pretty much right on the line. So hence why there were a few players calling for this. But look, if they put this in the back of the net, this would be massive because there are about 3 minutes left of normal time. I think there's going to be about maybe 3-4 minutes of additional time, which is certainly enough to try and get them a goal in this game. But they need to put this into the back of the net first before we get any sort of excitement. And they've played really well tonight, Zagreb. really, really well. And they could have easily had more goals, as I said earlier in this game, had they taken them. But free kick here. Of course, who's going to step over it? Mislav Orsic. This needs to be an immaculate kick. And it's not an immaculate kick at all. It goes over the wall, over the bar, and probably out of the stadium. Still 2-1 in this game.
Unfortunately, Mislav Orsic couldn't put that away. Rowan did say he had a chance, though. Rowan, Slavia Prague finally have a chance?
Oh, no. It was Martinelli. Just uses pace really well, gets past the magic post, very close, so good battle. And then he takes it inside the box, he just puts it wide of the post. Maybe possibly should have done it a lot better than Martinelli. The Slavia made them 4 changes at half and nothing changed. Go on, get one goal. Get one goal. He's giving it away, never mind. I think, who was that? I think it was Sevcic who just ran in the box, tried to square across, and Pablo Amari was there. Arsenal actually, there's going to be another sub, but Arsenal actually had a good game defensively, but Martinelli possibly should have scored, possibly should have made it 5.
Well, unfortunately, it's not been the night for Slavia Prague, has it? It's just not gone their way. 4-0 it sits to Arsenal at the moment. It's like I said, when it rains, it pours for Slavia Prague at the moment. There's a chance for Granada. They've got it in the box and it just rolls through everybody. Alex Telles kicks up in the air and it goes out of play for a corner. I mean, it was such an easy clearance and he kind of just fluffed his lines a little bit. Tagliafico's got a yellow. He's suspended. I mean, at the moment, Ajax won't be going through though. So I don't know if that suspension carries over for next year or not. I don't know the bloody rules of these competitions, half of them. Manchester United versus Arsenal final, it could be. But Arsenal have got a tough tie. They'll be coming up against Villarreal. Unai Emery, in the second leg. In the semi-final, that's what I'm looking for. Milkman's off and Balogun's on, so Pepe's come off, and Balogun, the youngster, has come on for Arsenal. And there's been more Villarreal changes. Moreno is on, and Pedraz's off. But Manchester United have got a chance. It is Diallo. He is through on goal. He's left the ball behind. He's collected the ball. He's still got the ball, and he's fouled by Victor Diaz. Oh no, he's not. The referee's not giving the foul, and that is the most clear-cut foul I've ever seen in football. And he's just waved it away. I mean, if I come into someone from behind and just absolutely ram them, I mean, like with my shoulder, it would be a foul. And Alcacer's off and Bayena's on, and there's been 5 minutes at a time for Ajax versus Roma. Ball into the box. His header, good save, David De Gea. I think it was Molina who actually had the header. Decent save by David De Gea. Penalty shout though, Josh. I'm going to bring you in, but Manchester United are on the attack on the right-hand side with El Margo. Now, if he scores, you'll be buzzing, won't you? Here's El Margo.
I will be. And there's a massive penalty shout here as well.
Go for it.
The ref stopping play. The ref has stopped play for a second here. Zagreb calling for a handball. I'm just seeing this chance now.
It's not El Margo. I thought he'd headed it in, but it's 2-0. But you're more important. Talk to me about what's happening.
Well, it's not been given in the end, but there were calls for a handball. Referees not giving it. VAR's checked it. It's not been given in the end. But talk about United.
I mean, it's a ball in from, I think it's Alex Telles. And El Margo's in the box waiting for the header. Obviously, the smallest man on the pitch is waiting for the header. And instead of him having it in, he misses it. And Jesus Vallejo nods the ball into the back of the net. Manchester United are 4-0 up on the night. My 2-0 prediction's coming true. It is 3 minutes of added time. But Josh, the penalty shout, was it a clear-cut penalty? In your opinion, should it have been given?
No, it was desperate times, calls for desperate measures, really. They were just going for it in the end. And I think at this stage of the match, they're just going to call for anything to be a penalty. It did hit the arm, but the play was down on the floor. He made a tackle. His arm was in a position that I think was natural for a player who had gone down on the floor. And it would have, funnily enough, actually been Alberto Moreno who would have given away the penalty. He's only been on for about 5 seconds. But yeah, right decision from the referee. And I think Villarreal are going through to the next round.
Yeah, a little bit of maybe too late for Dynamo Zagreb. They'd left it very late in that game. But thank you very much, Josh, for that. You've had a pretty decent game tonight, it looks like. Villarreal 2, Zagreb 1 is probably going to be the final score in that game. But from one end, a very decent save from David De Gea goes to the other end and actually ends up in the back of the net via Jesus Vallejo, who's probably been one of Granada's best players tonight, on the end of his own error. Now I'm going to look at they're showing the foul by Victor Diaz on Diallo. I mean, it's a definite foul. He's got nowhere near the ball. He just slaps the feet of Diallo as he's literally thrown goal 1-on-1, and it's not even been given as a foul. It's such a clear-cut foul. I mean, it's poor from the referee. I'm not really sure why he's not given that. Kyle says, I'm not confident about this United team beating either Roma or Ajax in the semi-final. Don't want us going out yet another semi-final. Yeah, but I think you need to understand, we have beaten the likes of Sociedad, who are one of the best teams in the league. We've beaten AC Milan, who are having a very good year in Serie A. We've beaten a decent Granada side, who are doing well in the Europa League. But apart from that, I mean, I feel I've got confidence in us, but of course, we do have a knack of bottling semi-finals. And once we overcome that, maybe we'll become a better side mentally. And with 30 seconds left, this game looks over. The boys have just told me that it's full time in the Villarreal game and the full time in the Slavia Prague game. I'll bring the boys in at full time to talk about the games. But Villarreal will be in the semi-final, and it will be against I'm about to say Slavia Prague there. Sorry, Rowan. It will be against Arsenal, who they do face in the semi-final, with a chance to get to the final to play either one of Manchester United or, at the moment, it is Roma. But for Kieran, he probably hopes that Ajax can get another goal so he can take it to extra time. But Manchester United coming forward. Van der Beek flicks it through for Diallo. I think he might have been offside. Yeah, he was offside. The ball goes to the referee. Yeah, full time. It's finished 2-0 to Manchester United. A fairly straightforward victory for the boys tonight. Again, quite a similar performance to last week, to be fair. It's very, very similar in the times that the goals were scored and the manner and the flow of the game, to be honest. Edinson Cavani got them underway with the goal in the first half, the volley from a little knockdown from Pogba. And then second half, it was dominated by Manchester United. Granada having a few attempts from outside the area and a few attempts that didn't really trouble David De Gea. And then later on in the second half, a ball in from Alex Telles was nodded past his own keeper by Jesus Vallejo. And Manchester United will be in the semi-final, facing either AS Roma or Ajax. Now, the game for AS Roma versus Ajax is not over yet. So while we wait for that to be over, we'll bring the boys in one by one and we'll talk about their game. So I'm going to start with you, Josh. Villarreal 2, Dynamo Zagreb 1. Villarreal do advance to the semi-final and they will play Arsenal. Sum up tonight for us.
Well, the Croatian fairy tale, the dream story of Zagreb in the Europa League semi-finals was one of those situations that I did think might have been plausible tonight. But in the end, Villarreal, who had their nervy moments in this game, but take those aside, a very reassured performance from one of the best teams in European football, with a manager who just knows how to win games in the Europa League. And it was a great performance tonight. I think Zagreb, on any other day, they had a fair few chances in this game. Had they've taken them like any other match, they could have easily taken this to extra time or maybe won it. But in the end, Unai Emery, as you said a moment ago, he gets that clash against Arsenal, and that's going to be quite a mouth-watering game for the casual, isn't it? So good performance tonight. But as for Zagreb, I think you've got to give them credit. Really good performance overall in the Europa League, and a quarter-final, considering their manager was sacked and arrested for tax fraud and all of the other stuff going on in the background. It's quite an achievement.
Yeah, but again, fairly decent tie. The right team went through on the night, the more professional side. And I mean, Villarreal, fair play to them, well-oiled machine at the moment. They will be in the semi-final against Arsenal. Thank you very much, Josh. Bring you in at the end to talk with the boys. But we'll add Kieran in next. Unfortunately, Kieran, it's ended 1-1. Boom.
Yeah, I did boo. I was hoping for that, final bit of drama, but full credit to Roma. They're through to a semi-final. Overall, it was a good game plan by them tonight. I think over the two legs, for what they did in the Netherlands just a week ago, they deserve to go through. And they're a very well-structured side, a very well-regimented side. And this manager has got the team playing for him. Full credit to Fonseca and the players, because he's had to deal with a lot of injuries over the last two legs. The amount of times I've been saying, right, he's off, next person's up, and he's off. It's just been a really tumultuous time, but they fully deserve it. Robbie got the goal back for Ajax, but it wasn't enough. They didn't get 2 goals on the night. And to be honest, towards the end, I thought they may have had one more chance, but they didn't really trouble Paul Lopez apart from that goal.
Unfortunate that we couldn't get extra time. But you've watched a very, very good tie anyway. Thank you very much for tonight, Kieran. We'll bring Rowan in. Rowan, 4-0, bit shit, wasn't it, mate?
Oh, it was a shit show. It was awful. Arsenal, clearly the better side on the day. I mean, the Arsenal side, if the Arsenal side play the way they played today, and the next legs, they can win the Europa, don't get me wrong. They played really well, and I know they were against what was an awful Slavia team tonight. But there were moments, I think, this campaign, though, if we take away this embarrassing loss, it was a very good campaign. Tough group with Leverkusen, Nice, and Beersheba, but a tough group. Then Leicester, a game where no one gave them a shot. They went in to beat them. Rangers, where people say Rangers will probably win that. They beat Rangers. Then Arsenal, the first leg, got a good 1-1 draw, just couldn't do it in that second leg, unfortunately. At home as well. Like, if that was away, I think it would be more understandable. But clearly, certain players were a big miss in this game against Arsenal. But yeah, very similar to their 18-19 quarter-final run. Just a big Premier League team, not a big, but a strong Premier League side knock them out.
You can be proud of Slavia Prague tonight. I think the whole of Prague will be proud of Slavia Prague to where they've got to. But yeah, we'll bring all the boys in. I feel like we had a decent night's football tonight. But just before we end, right, we're going to try the Watchalong advert. Now, we're going to try something that me and Rowan did yesterday. Now, we're going to do one thing at a time as it comes up. It's going to be fucking hard for us, but we're going to do it in the order that we're doing it now. So I'm going to go first, then Josh, then Rowan, then Kieran. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Ready. Let's do this.
3, 2, 1. Right, coming up tomorrow on the SportsCon YouTube channel, we've got the A-League Live watch along with Rowan, Western Sydney Wanderers versus Brisbane Roar, 10 a.m. Be there or be square.
Then we got Wolfsburg by Munich. That's at 2:25. Going to be an absolute barnstormer game in the Bundesliga.
And then KL is live with the first MLS watch along on the channel. Orlando City versus Atlanta United. Look at sexy Martinez with his rose.
I'll be honest, lads, my screen's froze, so I don't know where we are.
It's Rotherham versus Birmingham on Sunday, 11:55.
F1, Emiliano Romano Grand Prix with Rowan. I hope I got that correct. 3 p.m. on Sunday.
And then KL will be back with the second MLS weekend at Inter Miami versus LA Galaxy. Higuain versus Chicharito.
And then the darts is back, Josh. How buzzing are you? 19th April, 7:10, Premier League of Darts, night 6. And again, be there or be square. I feel like we did all right there.
I think we did good.
I mean, I stared at Martinez's lovely photo for a good 5 minutes. So I appreciate that.
But thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, boys, for joining me today. Just 2 weeks' time for the semi-finals, of course. I imagine it's the same for the Champions League semi-finals as well. 2 weeks until European football returns. But we've had a decent night's goal show tonight. I mean, everyone got goals. Apart from me, I got 2. Actually, you got 2 as well, Kieran. So, I mean, yeah. I feel like we had a decent night's football. Brilliant work, guys. Applause around except for you, KL. See you all later. And then Kyle stuck the link to the website in the chat. But again, guys, thank you very much for joining us. That is all from us tomorrow. Make sure you join Rowan 10 a.m. tomorrow for the A-League watch along. Rowan, how excited are you?
A 7. It's another Wanderers game against Brisbane Roar, who I don't watch much. So it'll be fun. It'll be very fun. And late kick-off, which is just the best.
I'm going to jump in as well and say we did put down Celtic Rangers for Sunday. We've had to change that because of the F1 that's on. So there will not be a Celtic Rangers stream now on Sunday.
How unfortunate for those Celtic and Rangers fans. But unfortunately, F1 does take priority. But yeah, guys, make sure you're there tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us once again. And we will see you on that next one. So long.